is row 1, seat 1.
Well, this is nice. When did we start doing this? Nobody told me about this. I thought everything sucked now. Do you have a card?
You shake my bones and you rat on my balls.
I'm going to, okay? Jada, I love him. Can't wait to see it. All right?
Luck is for dudes.
I'm like, Joey can't get to his damn computer and phone fast enough to just smash everything he can possibly say.
That means every fucking thing to me.
Broncos country. Let's ride.
Yes. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Joey Fats Radio, row 1, seat 1. Thank you all for joining us on another glorious Tuesday evening. It is March.
Yeah.
We are in the throes of the NFL offseason. The NASCAR season is in full swing. Formula One kicked off. Indy kicked off. NBA is heating up. It's starting to matter.
Yeah.
It's heating up.
Spring training is underway. It is a good time of year to be a sports fan. Let's just say that.
The only thing heating up in the NBA is John Morant's lawyer's seat when he's sitting there watching all the fucking videos.
I love all the people putting up memes and like gifs and videos of like John Morant's publicist waking up at 3 o'clock in the morning.
He did what?
What did he do now?
Yeah.
Oh,
Shit.
man.
He pistol whipped a 17-year-old and then showed the gun on a video dancing.
Yeah.
Joey Fats Radio, row 1, seat 1, coming at you live on the one, the only, the New Bedford Guy. Thank you all for joining us. 774-992-8702. That is the phone number. If you want to give us a call, you have the absolute authority of this over this show. You can call in with any topic you want, whatever you want, whenever you want.
Do it.
Give us a buzz. We've got nothing but time. We got 2 hours here to sit and discuss a plethora of different topics with you tonight. We are going to get all into the New Orleans Saints and dancing in the streets because they got their quarterback, the best quarterback they've had since Drew Brees retired. No more Jameis Winston, no more Taysom Hill, no more 30-30 club guys, no more Red Rifle and Andy Dalton. It's been a rough 4 years for the fucking Saints, and they got their guy. We'll get into that. The NFL quarterback carousel is winding up. There is a just immense amount of it's like Mount St. Helens, right? In like whatever, like May of '84, where you just like it's rumbling, and it's about to explode. Lamar Jackson, A-Rod, Danny Dimes. You got who else? Who else was the Jimmy Garoppolo? We've got who's the other one I'm missing? Jesus Christ, there's another big one I'm missing.
Big quarterback news?
Yeah.
Just quarterback specifically?
Yep.
Because I'm thinking, like, Saquon got the franchise tag.
Oh, right. You're right. What wasn't? It was. Geno Smith. That was the other one.
Oh, Geno got paid a bag.
Yeah, we got
for
Geno.
him.
Geno gets a bag. We got Derrick Henry on the trade block. D-Hop on the trade block. You got skill position players out the ass getting ready to be moved.
Yeah,
we're gonna get into that. We'll get into the Celtics, the NBA, live betting. Online with the app goes live on Friday.
This Friday?
Friday
the what, 10th?
Whatever Friday is. Today is the 7th, so that would make Wednesday the 8th.
Yes.
Thursday the 9th, Friday the 10th. Yep. So live betting. So we're going to give you guys we've got some bets. I already registered on MGM today.
Yeah, me too.
Got my 200 free credits.
I took Gronk's advice. I got FanDuel.
I'm going to get FanDuel too.
Just download all of them. That's the best.
I'm going to download all of them, and then whichever one I like the most, I'll keep. We'll get in. So we'll be starting to do a betting segment every single week where we'll give you our bets of what we're betting on. Because I don't see a weekend coming up anytime soon where I'm not at least throwing 20, 30, 40, 50 bucks down on something.
Yeah.
And we'll see how that goes. So we'll get into that. We get the Motorsports Minute, and we are going to do the top 5 biggest douchebags in sports right now.
Nice.
Which we have not rehearsed, so this is all going to be off the top.
Yep.
Damn.
Off top.
5.
Yeah, we were having a little bit of a struggle before, like just even trying to think of like.
Oh, I got 3 of top
people.
Of my head.
That's what we came up with, like 2 or 3.
There's 3 solid people I can come up with off the top of my head.
They're all
the other
NBA.
2. Yeah.
2 of them were for
it's mostly NBA. We'll talk a little bit about JJ Redick and Perk getting into it. Maybe we'll pull that video up. I don't know if we can do that without getting the stream killed, but maybe we'll throw it up.
No, you can.
If we can. But we'll get into all that. 774-992-8702 if you want to comment on any of this. But, boys, let's kick it right off here. Let's waste no effing time. Let's get right into Derek Carr to the New Orleans Saints. We called it on this show
about a month ago.
A month and a half ago.
Yep.
Pretty much when the season ended.
He just straight up porks the Oakland Raiders. He just said, "Nope, I'm not accepting a trade to the Saints. Release me so that way you get you're out more money than you have to be." And then literally he just goes right to the Saints.
And also I do want to apologize. Please forgive us for our look right now. The studio is under renovation. So if it looks a little bit different, it's because it is.
Yeah.
Is that too bright for you?
It's like an ET glow over there. No, it's fine. I just think that's funny. Is that like basically like Derek Carr just saying to the public like fuck the Raiders organization, they suck?
That's exactly what he said.
That's exactly what he said.
He talked shit about the Raiders at the Pro Bowl as well, and he's like, "Oh, I guess I never got hot enough in Oakland or in Las Vegas." Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm. He never did. So Carr goes to the Saints. He decides to sign with the Saints after there was kicking mullings around that he was going to end up a Jet. Potentially a Niner. There was rumors out there that he might end up in Houston with the Texans and fulfill his brother's legacy. There's a lot of rumors depending on where you went. And I mean, I went all over Reddit to find all these rumors, so these are completely unfounded, mostly fanfic, that kind of stuff. But it made for good theater, so it was fun. But we knew from day one he was going to the Saints. It made the most sense. Dennis Allen was the head coach of the Raiders when they drafted him. The Saints are the most stable organization. And if you look around the NFC South, who's going to challenge Derek Carr, a Derek Carr-led Saints team in the NFC South?
Lamar Jackson-led Falcons team.
Nah, that was the only thing I was
only
thinking
one
of.
that could fuck with it because
I couldn't believe when I saw the numbers this week about
$68 million in cap space.
Well, talking about Taysom Hill and talking about Lamar Jackson, like just for like reference purposes, like the Taysom Hill, I think, has made like $2 or $3 million more in his career than fucking Lamar Jackson has at this point.
Well, Taysom Hill's on a second contract.
But I just can't believe
and Taysom Hill's
that.
on his third, I believe.
Right, but
isn't
for
that
the
his
amount
third? Isn't his third?
Too young for a third.
But didn't they? Because he was on his rookie deal. Then they gave him like some bullshit
the
$100 million fake deal.
Okay, I wasn't counting that fake deal.
And then he got like another restructured deal after that.
But like
right?
I'm talking about total earnings at this point, like pocketed money.
Well, that's how it goes, though.
Taysom Hill's earned more, which is, well, I mean, credit to Lamar Jackson and all the haters and people bitching about these players and shit, like not taking the money. Oh, what do you mean you make millions of dollars? No, fucking hold out.
Dude, Stetson
Get
Bennett.
your fucking bag, dude, because there are people out there who are making more than you aren't worth as much.
Stetson Bennett, the Georgia quarterback that's coming into the draft this year, is the same age as Lamar Jackson, and Lamar Jackson completed 5 years in the league.
That's crazy. I know, Stetson, did you see Stetson's swagger when he threw that ball? And it wasn't even like the best ball, actually. There's a clip of him throwing 3 deep balls. The first one's money. Second one's a little on the slow side. It comes in. But he's got this like, yeah, pass me the ball, bro. Gets it, shakes off a little bit, and goes up for the third chuck. And I'm like, man, he's just already got that fucking attitude.
He's 30 years old in college.
I mean, he's like
25.
He's the elder statesman. You know what I mean? Like
he's the eldest statesman.
Yeah.
Where do you value his pick in the draft?
6th.
Over quarterbacks overall. 6th quarterback.
No,
draft.
6th round.
Oh, 6th round. Oh.
Yeah, I don't.
He's
like,
Chris
whoa.
Winky part 2.
Yeah, I don't think Stetson Bennett's
You
anything.
think he's got it?
I don't think he's any franchise changing thing. But let's stick with the Derek Carr thing before we go.
Sorry.
We'll get into the combine and the draft and all that after.
Rabbit hole.
Yes, rabbit hole. As we that's what we do. That's what we do.
Absolutely.
So you got Derek Carr going to the Saints. Obviously, this is a huge deal. That is the first major domino in the offseason to fall. Last year, we were sitting around on our hands waiting. What's A-Rod going to do? When's he going to announce? Is he staying in Green Bay? Is he going to Denver with Nathaniel Hackett?
It's about time to do that exact same storyline again. This
With A-Rod,
except this year, I think it's pretty much guaranteed he's not staying in Green Bay.
Why? We can get to that.
We will, but I think it's pretty much guaranteed. That being said, Carr. Let's focus on Carr and the Saints because this is a big deal. Like, look, if you're a New Orleans Saints fan this morning, you are waking up, you're popping bottles, you are walking into work like spraying people with champagne. You know, like suck it.
It just sucks they won't have Kamara.
They don't have any team though. That's the only thing.
But the thing is what is rule number one when
But
it
it's-
comes to cap space in the NFL?
I know the cap is crap.
It doesn't
but,
exist. Now,
but
do I expect Alvin Kamara to be there?
No.
Maybe.
no, I do.
Not among
Maybe-
the allegations that are coming out right now. No.
What Alvin Kamara?
Yeah, when he
Yeah,
fucking laid that dude out, he's fucking sitting there bragging in the
I
fucking
don't-
Uber and shit like that.
I
that
don't think
assault
that's
that he
really.
had.
I don't think that
think
is
it's a
anything.
big deal.
Honestly, I don't think that has anything to do
No,
with it.
dudes beating up dudes is
And
a, and he did it isn't why.
I'll tell you what.
Yeah,
if,
it's not a
if-
chick,
if the
so.
Saints decide to cut bait with Alvin Kamara, guess what? He'll be in orange and blue in about 30 seconds.
He has a line at the door still waiting for him. I don't care how old he is and how depleted he is. It's still Alvin Kamara, and he can
Right,
make
right.
plays.
Yes. So let's hypothetically, well, not hypothetically. This is the real deal now. Let's look at this from a football standpoint. Okay, you add Derek Carr, who is, for all intents and purposes, he's a Pro Bowl quarterback.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's one of the better in the league right now.
He's one of the. He's definitely in the top half of the league.
Top half, yeah. I would
Okay.
say.
You give him Michael Thomas, Chris Olave, Alvin Kamara.
Kamara.
Michael
yeah.
Thomas will not be there officially, though.
I don't know
He's a
that.
free agent.
How long?
Yeah, but
how
he
long
was-
has it been since he's played?
2 years.
2 years.
Jesus, it's a lot of fucking time.
It
He's no-
is.
he's-
But
to
if
me-
there's anything that's going to motivate Michael Thomas to come
It's
back to
getting
the
caught.
Saints,
Did you see his tweet? Thank
Yeah.
you, Jesus.
Thank you,
all that-
Jesus. Like,
thank
now
you,
I can
Jesus,
stay
all that.
here? Like-
yeah, yeah.
that's a big deal for a guy like Michael Thomas. And
Getting a quarterback who can get in the ball.
absolutely.
Fuck yeah.
And don't forget, Michael Thomas was one of the most prolific wide receivers in the league when Drew Brees was throwing him the football.
Absolutely.
Sure, when
Right.
he was healthy.
He was the slant guy.
Right.
Yeah, slant boy.
Yeah, which
Yeah.
is, you can pretty much expect Jerry Jeudy to be this year. So,
Yeah.
if you're in a PPR league, Jerry Jeudy might be a good keeper for you. Just throwing that out there. But my point, Carr going to the New Orleans Saints, this basically gives, this makes the Saints a 10-win team.
Right.
That's a good defense. That's a good team. Dennis Allen's not a great coach, but he's a very good coach. And if you give him a quarterback the caliber of Carr with those weapons on offense, I don't see the Saints losing any more than or winning any less than 10 games this year. Now, I'm not going to sit here and proclaim them, Super Bowl contenders or anything even like that. Not yet. I don't know how the rest of the roster is going to shake out.
Way too early.
Way too early for that. But
for
you
sure,
just
for sure.
nailed down the biggest piece. Name me the next best starting quarterback in the NFC South.
Marcus
Right now,
Mariota.
gone.
No, he's gone. Yeah.
I'm just guessing at this
I know, I'm
point.
trying to think, and there
So-
isn't one.
You're. It's
I
Does
guess
Carolina
Baker.
have who-
I guess it's Baker.
it's brother Baker, the touchdown maker, right? In
Maybe.
Carolina.
But he got benched too.
Yeah, this is now the Saints' division to lose. So if you're a Saints fan, you're fucking floored. You're thrilled. You're back. Like this is a very quick little dip that you took, and bang, you get Derek Carr. Now, again, I'm not putting Derek Carr on a pedestal. All right, I don't think he's.
Just like the old. Never mind.
I don't think he's.
This ain't the Broncos getting Peyton Manning.
Thank you. I was just saying this
No,
isn't the
no.
Broncos getting Peyton. This isn't whoever's getting A-Rod. This
Right.
isn't.
This isn't the Bucks getting Brady
yeah.
or something like that. Right.
It's not to that degree.
Or the Rams getting Stafford. You know what I mean? Like not even. I don't even think it's to that degree.
I think it's
Stafford's
a
on the
little.
trade block.
It's a little closer to Stafford to the Rams.
That would be the only one I would put above it right there as close to
It's
that
right
as I
there
could.
it's right there in line because like Stafford is
The Colts getting Matt Ryan.
but then again I think Stafford's I don't know if you give me Matt Stafford like Detroit Matt Stafford and Derek Carr, I'm probably taking Stafford
I'm taking Stafford over
10 out of 10
I'm
times.
taking Stafford.
Yeah, Stafford was a
100%.
top overall pick, and he was like unbelievable talent.
Yeah, he was. He was.
Dude
yeah.
was putting up 45. He was putting up 35
Yeah, Stafford
and
was
40.
Stafford was way better
Yeah,
than
almost.
Carr.
He
How
threw
many
up-
4,000 yard consecutive seasons? He's
Like
like
all of them.
eight, like
I
eight.
don't
or-
know. I think he had
six.
like-
No, I think 6 in a row. Then he lost one season because he missed like a bunch of
all right,
games.
yeah, I thought it was like I knew it was close, above 5.
But I don't know. Bless you.
sorry.
I think you're right. I think the Saints are in the best position right now for the NFC South. I'm not a crazy Carr fan, but I understand he's a better option than what anybody has right now.
Absolutely.
So you pay the 4 years, $160 million. You immediately make yourself probably the best team in the NFC South. I
Yep.
still don't think you go anywhere yet.
But they also have the draft.
You have
He
a
had
whole lot-
seven straight seasons with at least
7.
4,000
I thought
yards.
it was 8. Yeah, I thought it was.
And then he had 2 seasons where he was hurt. Oh no, one season where he was just off. Didn't have a great season in 18, and then he had one season. The next season he was hurt. Then he got shipped to the Then he came back for the Rams. Had another, and then he's had two 4,000-yard seasons. He was hurt again last year. So yeah, Matt Stafford just a 4,000-yard machine. Yard a guy machine. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, you know what I mean.
Yeah, he's a 4,000-yard passing machine.
So. Where do you guys put the Saints win-loss at? Because I mean, look, you've got a top 10.
Now?
You've got a top 10 defense in New Orleans, right? Something Derek Carr, by the way, has never had.
Right.
He has never had a defense. Right. The best defense Derek Carr has ever had in points allowed is ranked 20th in the league.
Yeah.
That's the best he's ever had. And
right, he's leaving Max Crosby. He's getting Cam Jordan. You know what I'm saying? Like
he's getting a defense and a team that actually knows how to assemble a team.
Right.
You're not gonna like my answer.
What do you think? What do you put in their win-loss at?
I said I was going to say the same thing, 9 wins.
Because you know why?
All right.
You know why? The offense is such a massive unknown. The biggest player you have right now is automatically Derek Carr on offense because it's the quarterback, obviously. But then Alvin Kamara, question mark.
Right.
Wide receivers besides Olave, question mark. Tight end, nobody. Offensive line being reconstructed. It's a lot of question marks. Yes, the defense is good, but you're gonna have to overcompensate for the offense right now with nothing else done for the offseason. 9-8 team.
I'm going at least 10-7. I'm saying no worse than 10-7.
I had 9 wins, so I'm going right on par with.
So if we're putting
the whole offseason,
we'll put the over under at 9.5.
All right, yeah.
You guys are taking the under. I'm taking the over.
Thank God I would have to bet on that one.
Yeah.
Two unders, one over. I'm telling you, I think this immediately. I mean, look, they were what 7-9 this year.
Yes.
Alone, like I mean, that's to me. I think Derek Carr gets you 2 more wins.
That's 9. Yeah,
that's 9 games. Yeah.
I'm sorry, 3 more wins.
No, you said 2.
No, you can't backtrack now.
Shut
asshole.
up. You know what I meant, faggot. No, they were 7-10. So they were 7-10 this year. I think he flips that record to at least 10-7. At minimum, I think Derek Carr moves the needle at least that much.
Honestly,
let's
I'd like to
the
see what their
offseason.
schedule looks like too.
Well, they have a pretty decent schedule.
Well, do you want to know what their schedule looks like?
Yeah, I do want to see what their schedule looks like. Because that play, I'm sorry, but their schedule plays a huge factor in how I'm going to gauge how many games I do.
The reason why I gave him 9 wins is because the rest of the teams in the NFC.
All right,
right, so that's 4 at least. I think they can win.
Unless they get if the Falcons actually get Lamar, and I know the Falcons are already whispered saying that they're out. They're not doing Lamar thing.
3 other teams. Yeah, that's 6 games.
Obviously, you got their division rival, division opponents in Atlanta, Carolina, and Tampa.
Yep.
They've got. Let's see.
Is that Chicago?
They got Chicago and Detroit. Their home games are Chicago, Detroit, Jacksonville, the Giants, and the Titans. On the road, they've got, and this is obviously, I'm excluding the divisional opponents because we know they split 1-1. On the road, they've got the Packers, the Texans, the Colts, the Rams, the Vikings, the Patriots, and that's it.
I'd say that's pretty down the line. That's pretty middle. That's not like the hardest schedule, but I would, you know how they do the ranking with the schedule, toughest to easiest. I would say they're right along the lines of like 15, 16, right in the middle of the pack.
Right, which I think that lends itself to Carr being able to flip those.
Yeah,
3.
that's.
I think Carr can flip 3 of those losses to wins.
Right. I don't think that's the hardest schedule there is, but I don't think it's the easiest
now,
either.
Again, and this obviously comes down to we don't know what the roster is going to look like.
Right.
In a matter of a month and a half when the draft comes up, right? Like we just don't know, so it's going to be tough. We'll have to see how that shakes out, but because the draft is basically once you get to the draft, June 1st cuts. I mean, there's certain things guys that'll get cut, but not a ton. Once the draft happens, that's pretty much it for your roster for the year. Like you kind of know, like all right, barring any like significant trade or anything crazy. Not yet. Barring anything crazy, I think that'll be your roster. So once we get to the draft, we can figure that out.
Sure.
That being said,
Plus,
I think
today's announcements of like who's getting tagged, who got franchise, who got transition tagged, who got exclusive rights tagged.
Right. There's a lot going on there, and we'll jump into that in a sec. But my next question is this, and I want to bring this up because there was a pretty lively debate that I saw going on Facebook amongst it was mostly Raiders fans defending Derek Carr, and Raiders fans right now I mean, I said it yesterday. Yesterday was a rough day to be a Raider fan. A really rough day to be a Raider fan.
Yeah, it's a tough ass.
Because you got Josh McDaniels in the door, and he's doing exactly what he did.
I said this to any of our Raider fans' friends. I know Durant calls in. I know Shane. I know a couple of the Raiders fans that I casually. But
Prison shit. I'm keeping my drink outside so it stays cold.
I saw you open the window. I was like, what is that? And then you put it outside. I was like, okay.
I mean, you're going to pound that Coors Light well before that one gets cold.
I don't know. Maybe.
So, he threw me off. What were we just talking about?
We were talking
Fuck.
about Carr.
No, I know Carr. Oh, no, Raiders fans.
Raiders fans
Yeah,
having
Raiders
a rough
fans.
day.
I said from day one, Josh McDaniels, first thing he's going to do is get rid of your quarterback. And since he couldn't do it last offseason, so he did it immediately during the year. Well, not immediately.
Oh, you were talking about how Durant is a fan or something?
First-
No,
Yeah.
they're all fans. But I'm saying your quarterback.
Right, we have Raiders fans that listen to the show.
I said last year, Josh McDaniels wants Jimmy Garoppolo in Las Vegas.
Well, that kind of works for A-Rod because if Jimmy G goes over to fucking Vegas because
It seems like almost
obviously
a guarantee.
McDaniels gutted the team, A-Rod, where else would he want to play? Obviously,
he's gonna stay in
fucking
Green Bay.
San Fran.
He's gonna stay in Green
You
Bay.
think so? I think he's gone. I just don't think he's going to the Jets.
He has all the power.
He
all of
does.
it.
But
team has no
but he
power.
was questionable with staying with Green Bay last year. Doesn't he hate that organization? Doesn't he
Yeah.
hate the Green Bay?
But
Like,
he handcuffed them.
hate the Green Bay.
He hates the Green Bay.
He hates those goddamn cheese curds.
That's a T-shirt. He hates the Green Bay.
He hates the Green Bay.
I would wear that T-shirt. That's really funny.
He wants to go to the Bay.
A-Rod just pointing with some aviators.
He wants to go to a
something
Bay,
like-
just not the green one.
Yeah.
When he signed that contract last offseason, they gave him full power to basically decide how his career is going to end.
Right.
I don't give a shit if the team says this offseason, like, I really hope he leaves. You gave him that contract. You gave him that power. That's your problem now.
Well-
and I think he's going to tell the team, this is my city. Like, I'm staying. Like, I'm not going
And
anywhere.
on top of that, if anybody who's listening doesn't realize that Green Bay is a shit-tier organization, you know what I mean? If they haven't figured that out already.
their fans are immaculate. I love the fans.
Fans are great, but the front office of the Green Bay Packers
They
is
could care
fucking
less.
garbage.
They could
man.
care
They
less.
don't give a fuck.
They have that one Super Bowl from whatever it was.
They're like, yep, we're cool.
20-something years ago, and they're like,
no, well, they had one with A-Rod.
that feels like 20-something years ago. What was that 2010?
Shit, I was gonna say, God damn it. No, it was 08, right?
What?
The
Green Bay Super
Green
Bowl.
Bay Super Bowl?
10.
Yeah.
Oh, it was 10.
Yeah, so
Oh, it was
13
10.
years
Yeah,
ago,
against
man.
the Steelers.
Oh, yeah, no, I knew it was against the Steelers. I thought it was early.
It was
No,
all.
08 was Steelers Cardinals.
Okay.
You
I knew it was
have-
the Steelers or something.
San Antonio Holmes.
Yeah,
You have-
fuck that game,
You
too.
have entire players lived an entire career in the NFL and retired since the last time Aaron Rodgers won a Super Bowl.
B.J. Raji was still in the league when Aaron Rodgers
Give it to me, B.J.
Yeah.
That was
So
a
the
badass
best-
commercial.
I love that
I
commercial.
used to fucking love B.J. Raji,
Who
dude. He was,
didn't?
I know.
Who
He was
fucking-
my
BC,
I think
pride of BC,
I'm pretty
bro.
sure he.
Him and Keekly.
Pretty sure R.A.P.
BJ?
I think he died. Yeah.
Did he really?
Yeah. Remember the Boston College lineman that died? I think it was him.
Are you sure you're not thinking of Ron Brace?
Ron Brace died. Am I confusing the
B.J.
two?
Raji no.
I'm gonna look up.
I feel like I would have saw that.
BJ Raji, no, still alive.
I feel like I would have. Yeah, I feel like that would have been a huge thing.
Oh, you're right. Ron Brace was the one that died.
Yeah, Ron Brace.
Wow, 2016 he died. Holy hell.
I know because
So I guess you can't fake being him at any strip
was
clubs
not-
anymore.
It wasn't even his pick.
no, Ron Brace was very much alive when I pretended to be Ron Brace at the strip club.
You never even pretended. They were like, you a Patriot player? You're like, yeah.
Pretty much.
So
I
funny.
didn't actually. You're right. I didn't. I told that story to a couple of guys at work the other day, and they were fucking dying. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, the craziest part. This is not one single person. I'm signing autographs, getting drinks, taking pictures, yucking it up with the bounces. Like all the strippers are coming up to me like, oh hi, and not one person decided to be like, hey, this guy says he's Ron Brace. Does anybody figure out Ron Brace is 6'6" and black?
Yeah, I know they had Blackberries back then when this was going on, so
Yeah.
they could have Googled something.
Dude,
Nope, no
Blackberries.
Blackberries.
This was like what, 2012?
There was iPhones.
Yeah, well, I
This
knew
is
it was
like
all-
barely 10 years ago. This is
Right.
not that long ago.
Right.
I mean,
Give it to
I
me,
kn-
BJ.
the only reason I know is because I had to Google who number 97 on the Patriots was because
Hot
that's
97.
how the whole thing started at Hooters in Warwick.
You could have just texted me and be like, who's number 97 of the Patriots? I would be like, Ron Brace.
Yeah, I know that, but I was at a bachelor party and I didn't want to let a bunch of T-ball kids down, So, you know,
At a strip club.
No, Hooters in Warwick.
Oh.
So I made an innocuous joke and dapped, high-fived a bunch of T-ball kids, made them feel great, probably made their whole day. They were probably like, this is the best day ever. We met a Patriots player, not telling them that I wasn't a Patriots player. And they were like, what's your name? We're like, who are you? What are you? I was like, don't worry. When you see Hot 97 running down quarterbacks on Sundays, you could say you met him. And they're like, awesome. And they all start high-fiving me, and then we leave. And I thought at that moment it was dead. And then my father-in-law decided to revive it 15 minutes later.
The kid on Sunday seeing number 97 in the Patriots.
Yeah.
Man, that's the wrong skin tone. The whole night.
He's like, the poor kid's like, wait a minute.
They were probably like, he must have changed his number. That's what it is. He must have changed his number.
Oh, is that the kid?
Oh, that's Mike Wright. That's who it is.
Yeah.
You would have fit Mike Wright a lot better.
And then my father-in-law decided to rebirth the whole thing 15 minutes later to one of the Hooters waitresses, and then the rest is the stuff of legend. But not one person in the Foxy Providence that night wanted to Google Ron Brace and decide that I was not him. So R.I.P. Mr. Brace.
R.I.P. in peace, bro.
R.I.P. in peace.
Super Bowl champion.
Where were we just now?
Raiders fans in shambles.
Right, Raiders
Losing
fans
hope.
in shambles. And like I said yesterday, it was a rough day to be a Raiders fan. But that is no different from the last 21 years.
Hey.
Every day has been a rough day to be a Raiders fan.
Can I be dead ass serious
Facts.
with you?
Yeah.
Jimmy Garoppolo will probably do pretty well there.
In Oakland? I mean, in
Yeah,
Vegas?
In Vegas. Because he
Yeah,
does well under McDaniels.
He'll do great when he's healthy.
And then Raiders fans would be like, Derek who?
And then the Raiders fans will get stuck in the wheel.
That's the problem, though.
And they'll be like,
Jimmy Garoppolo is the
he's
new
so
Fitzpatrick.
good.
He's the new Fitzpatrick, but he's so handsome.
He's so good for 7 games.
He's so handsome.
If we could just get him to play all 17 games.
No, you will not get him there.
And it's not going to happen.
No.
And then he'll sit on the sidelines and he'll laugh. And he'll make jokes with the other teammates as Brock Purdy's taking his career away from him. And he'll be like, I don't care. I just made $30 million this season.
Yep.
He is like, who's the dude that was the backup in Seattle the whole time? We talk about him every time. You get the huge contract and never played.
Clipboard Jesus?
Yes. He's version
Oh.
2.0 of Clipboard Jesus.
Oh, my God. Charlie Whitehurst.
What? Oh, is that who it is?
Yeah.
I was thinking of the other guy. The
Up until Patrick Mahomes just won the Super Bowl, Jimmy Garoppolo led the league in Super Bowl championships.
Chad Henne, I'm thinking of. No.
That's right. He did.
So imagine for a good 3 months, Jimmy Garoppolo was the leading league quarterback in Super Bowl victories because he has 2.
Jesus Christ.
And finally, Mahomes was like, okay, that's enough of that.
Yeah.
All right, now we're tied. Jimmy's
Yeah.
like, all right.
All right, now we're tied.
Todd, 2 out of 5.
774-992-8702. Give us a call. Let us know what you think. Well, let's shift these gears because obviously it's been a rough 21 years to be a Raiders fan. Yesterday might have been one of the worst days to be a Raiders fan. Yesterday was probably right up there with, I don't know, or 2 days ago was right up there with the day they drafted Jamarcus Russell.
Oh.
The day they hired Art Shell.
Well, Shell was okay the first time.
Tom Cable.
It was fun.
Tom Cable.
Robert Gallery.
I think they just picked guys based on their names at that point.
Hayward Bay.
Yeah.
Robert Gallery should have been great,
Hayward
but he was just
Bay,
dog
yeah.
shit.
Terrible.
Hey, Henry Ruggs might get
Robert Gallery actually wasn't bad.
Wasn't there another one? Who
He
the
just played for
fuck
the Raiders.
else on the Raiders that was highly touted that sucked?
There's a lot of guys.
Oh God, Jesus Christ, name one.
Namdi. Yeah.
Nah, Namdi was actually really
Namdi
good.
Asamoah, yeah.
Well, the funny thing was-
not sucked, but just didn't.
You know what the funny thing about Namdi is he never did shit in Oakland,
Never.
but everybody looked at his metrics and they're like, this guy doesn't allow completions. And it's like, yeah, because no one throws him. Because there's no reason to, because there's 4 other people in wherever he goes, you just don't throw at him and you're guaranteed to have somebody wide open.
Right.
Like it was that bad. And then Namdi went to Philly, and he was part of
Philadelphia. He was
part of
terrible.
that dream team, and he was terrible. And
Yep.
Yeah.
and he got exposed for being pretty fucking massively overrated. And
That's what I'm saying.
yeah, Namdi awesome guy.
Yeah.
He's fucking he was wicked sweet. Yeah, he was great because nobody threw at him because the Raiders were such shit. They were like, all right, there's literally one guy on this defense with any talent. Let's just kind of avoid him, and we'll probably be okay. And you're like, yeah. All right, that sounds good. Even interception machines like Jake Plummer were like, Jay Cutler, were like, yeah, I'm just not going to throw at Namdi, and he'd go like interceptionless against the Raiders, and you're like, wait, what?
Right.
Jay Cutler won a game without throwing a pick? What the fuck is this?
Yeah.
I expect at least 15 to 20 of these a year, motherfucker. Like, get on pace.
Yeah, let's go. Yeah, Jameis Winston
Don't
style.
fuck me,
Yeah.
Jay.
Yeah.
Okay, Cuddles. Don't fuck me.
Cuddles.
But it brought up, there was an interesting debate that I saw going on Facebook when Carr got cut by Raiders fans and non-Raiders fans alike. And it was that, you know, a lot of Raiders fans were upset because they felt like they were letting a Hall of Fame caliber quarterback walk away for absolutely nothing. And they squandered it. And they did squander this whole Derek Carr situation. Getting nothing in return for Derek Carr has got to be the most that's the most Browns thing the Raiders have ever done. And that's saying something because the Raiders usually do Raider things, which is somehow slightly better than what the Browns do. But in this case, it wasn't. And it led to an interesting conversation about, is Derek Carr, right now in your mind, a Hall of Famer? Because there are Raiders fans that are adamant that Carr is a Hall of Famer, that he is a Hall of Fame caliber quarterback. Now, when you look at the statistics and everything that he's done in terms of fourth quarter comebacks since 2016, I think he leads the league in that statistic. He's passed Marino in several categories leading up to this point in his career. He's never had a defense ranked higher than 20th. I can see where you would make the where you could try to make the argument, but as far as I'm concerned, I don't know. To you guys, is Derek Carr a Hall of Famer to you guys?
No, not at all.
No.
While you're actually talking about that, I wanted to see where he ranked in passing yards.
I don't think he's all. If you start letting dudes like Derek Carr into the Hall of Fame, into the Hall of fucking Fame, you're doing a discredit to everybody that's in the Hall of Fame and everything that they did, and you're really loosening up like now it's just T-ball. Everybody gets a fucking trophy.
It's like the
shit.
NBA Hall of Fame.
Yeah, fuck that.
Anybody
bro.
who's ever played in the NBA can fog a mirror, gets in.
I'm sorry, you should unless you have now. Obviously, like Dan Marino's in the Hall of Fame. Like there's other guys who haven't won it, and I know that winning it isn't like the end all be all.
Doug Williams is a Hall of Famer.
But
he's won one, but
right.
that was it.
But
that
what
was
I'm
his one.
saying, yeah, I mean, like, but that's the thing is like, where do you find that fine line between statistics and winning championships? Because like Trent Dilfer's not a fucking Hall of Famer, you know what I'm saying? But
And Trent Dilfer will be the first one to tell you he's not a Hall of Famer.
right, but he's got a ring. So like, at what point do you start like the gray area between like stats and rings? You know what I'm saying? And putting people in the Hall of Fame. I think it's a very look at my fucking hands on the foot. Jesus Christ, I gotta stop doing that. Talking with my hands. I'm Italian. Fuck off.
It's fine.
So Derek Carr ranks right now 32nd all time passing yards. Right behind him.
He's got 35,000, right?
35,000.
Yeah.
Right behind him is Jay Cutler. Right behind him is Ryan Fitzpatrick. I mean, within like 200 yards. If you're talking about right now as Derek Carr a Hall of Famer, absolutely not.
No,
absolutely not. The guys he's on there with.
It takes 2 seconds to come up with the decision in your head.
Okay.
If you're a real football fan.
Will he be a Hall of Famer?
No.
Well, you don't know that. He's got, 8 years in the league, right?
Guaranteeing it.
If he wins a Super Bowl
Nope.
and goes on to throw maybe for the – all right, so what's his contract?
4 years.
4 years. Say he goes on, right, and he pulls out like a 4,035, right?
Let's
if
say
he goes
he
4 and
hits-
35
He averages
and wins,
4,300 yards passing a season.
Yep.
35,000 divided by 8, 4,300 yards.
that's
okay?
not bad.
What's his touchdown to interception ratio?
Because that's
had
what
to
I'm
ask me a
talking
question, I don't
about.
have
That's the shit I'm talking about. If he goes on to average another 4 and 35 and wins one in New Orleans somehow, then maybe you could make the case. But right now, as it stands, I don't believe Derek Carr's a Hall of Famer.
Touchdown interception rate, career. Come on.
I mean, he's got to have at least what?
It's coming. Don't jump it. Don't jump it.
150
217 touchdowns, 100 interceptions. So two
Basically, you call it 2 to 1.
2 to 1.
All right, and so what's that average out to per year? 8. So 220 divided by 8. So
Yep.
Call it 30 a year almost, just under 30 a year.
20 something, 29, 28.
Yeah, 217.
What 27 point something?
Yeah, it's a
27,
decimal.
27,
27,
27?
27, 27.
So actually, it's 217 to 99 career.
Well, it must have been like a playoff or something like game, but they just added in.
Somebody added one in there,
Yeah.
bonus-wise. All right, so in 142 games.
So he goes 27 and 12 interceptions and touchdowns.
All right,
every
so
year.
but here's the thing.
That sucks.
Yeah,
You
he's
know,
not. I mean,
He's got almost 5,000 attempts in 142 games, 35,000 yards, 217 touchdowns, 99 picks. He's got a 2-to-1 in touchdown interception ratio. Pretty fucking good.
What's
He
his
doesn't get
completion?
sacked a shitload. His career high for sacks is 51 and 18,
what's his
264
completion, what's his
career
completion
sacks.
percentage?
but his overall record is 63 and 79. So he's 16 games under
64.
500.
64%.
That's actually not bad either.
64 is run of the mill.
That's-
65.
yeah,
65 is like the
So
Mendoza
mid-
line.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
not terrible, but not good.
Not great, not terrible.
You know.
Not good, not great.
Like I said, I think these 4 years are definitely in New Orleans going to be like the
You're
deciding
assuming-
factor.
you're
These are
assuming he plays it.
huge.
You're
These,
assuming he
right,
plays 4
and that
years.
he's healthy. These next
And-
4 years for Derek Carr are probably the biggest 4 years of his career.
I think I don't think he finishes the 4 years. in the
and
Saints, to be
here's
honest with
my
you.
thing too with
No, not at all.
here's my thing with Carr
Due to
too.
injury or performance.
performance.
Yeah.
I have a hard time putting anybody in any type of Hall of Fame discussion when they're 0-2 in the playoffs.
I think you
Like,
know right
listen,
off the bat.
If John Elway had never won a Super Bowl, he was still going to Canton because he had been to 3 before that, or he'd been to 5. Let's say Elway went 0-5 in Super Bowls, he was still a Hall of Famer
Because he's there.
because he was
The
there 5
consistency
times.
of the high level.
If he had gone, if he hadn't have lost those 3, to the Redskins, the Giants, the Niners, in the 80s, and he had won one of them, he would have been a Hall of Famer right then and there on the spot. It would have been anointed.
Right. Didn't need
I'm
the
gonna give you.
back-to-back.
I'm gonna
But
give you.
Carr has only played in 2 postseason games.
I'm gonna give you a great analogy.
2.
True.
And
Yeah.
this should set the bar right there. If Eli Manning is a borderline Hall of Fame candidate, how the fuck is Derek Carr even close to that?
I know. I know.
Yeah, no shit. If Eli is just
If
breaking
you're talking
the
about
cusp,
if you're talking about Phillip Rivers being like a
yeah,
Philip
then-
Rivers wants to come back. I'm crazy you said that.
I know.
I
With
know.
his 9 kids, he's looking at the money he's dishing out. He's like, "Fuck, these checks was sweet."
but
when
I
had 'em."
think Phillip Rivers retired before he really wanted to.
He did.
And I think it was because the lack of situations that were available to him didn't really fit.
He went to go to the 49ers.
Yeah.
Shit, bro, we would have kept you for another year, man. What the fuck?
I know. I did good in Indy. I liked him.
Yeah, we would have.
I loved Laserface in Indy, but
Fuck.
Indy he was far away from
You
where he
see,
lived. He
He's-
didn't want to be that
He's
far away
cherry
from
picking
home.
his team. He's like, damn. He goes, I'd look good in the West Coast. It's like, shut up.
But yeah,
It's
if you're
true.
talking about Phillip and Eli being like on the cusp of just making the fucking Hall of Fame, then Derek Carr is nowhere even close to
That's
that.
what I mean. If you have someone, and I'm not even an Eli fan, but if you have someone like
But he's
Eli
light years better
with
than
his
Derek
pedigree,
Carr.
with his touchdowns, with his interceptions, with his postseason history, the guy still won 2 come from behind Super Bowls against 2 very good Patriots teams. You know what I'm saying? And then he's done so much other shit. He led New York teams to the playoffs many times over when a lot of those teams didn't deserve to be there. He is, if you're talking about real people that have the voting power, he's the bar of arguing back and forth, oh, he is this, but he is this. They're going back and forth. And if you're having that much hard of a time with Eli, Derek Carr is, for me, instant, not a chance
Absolutely
making
not.
it.
Absolutely.
And he's already 8 years in. If it was
Yeah.
4 years in, I'd be like, not enough of a sample size. 6 years, all right, we have an idea. 8 years?
Yeah, because Eli won his first 6 years in, right? Who was what?
It
06?
was, it was 07, so 3 years in.
3 years. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah,
He
he
was
was
drafted
07.
04.
I thought he was 04, 05. Oh, he was.
He
yeah.
was.
He was
So
drafted in 04.
he won 07, that's right.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
all
So
right,
04
3
right,
was
right,
his
right.
rookie year. 05, 06.
06, yeah.
Technically, I guess his 4th year, his senior year in the league, if you will.
Right.
But let me ask you this. Point blank, gun to your head. You have to choose one going into this season for your teams. And you can choose either one for both of your teams with both of your situations right now.
Yeah.
Kirk Cousins, Derek Carr.
Kirk Cousins. I answered immediately. I knew my answer.
Kirk Cousins or Derek Carr? I don't know. I think Derek Carr.
I would listen. I think for each of you, I think those are the right answers for your specific situation.
I think Derek Carr, yeah.
Because I think
Kirk Cousins is a
when you talk
lunatic.
about
We
Derek
don't.
Carr, because
Kirk Cousins
look,
can just
if-
bomb it to receivers.
if
We don't
Derek-
have
if-
any receivers.
I know.
I think Derek Carr to New Orleans is very much like Kirk Cousins to Minnesota, where, yeah, like the Vikings are never going to win a Super Bowl with Kirk Cousins. It's not
Never.
It's not going to happen.
I think Belichick would do great with Kirk Cousins.
I think he could. Yes, absolutely. Of course he would. Belichick would do great with a lot of guys. But
Like
Belichick also has this weird thing where he's like, nope, it's going to be my guy. And I don't think, and you know why Belichick would never ever take on Kirk Cousins?
Because he's a psycho.
because his nemesis drafted him,
Oh.
who?
Mike Shanahan.
Shanny.
Oh,
The
Not his
one man.
nemesis. They
I
love
thought you
each
were talking
other.
about Coughlin.
But
I was like,
Shanahan
Coughlin?
had Bill's number,
Yes, he did.
big time,
Always.
always.
Even Kyle kind of has Bill's number.
A little bit, but not as
Apple
much as
don't
Mike.
fall far, you know.
No, Mike Shanahan owns Bill Belichick, and it's awesome because he's the only guy that can actually say that. Like Bill Belichick,
Everybody has somebody.
Who's the first coach to ever beat Bill Belichick 3 times in a row?
Was it Shanny?
Mike Shanahan.
And then the other guy that had his number 2 is Coughlin.
Who was the first?
Coughlin. That's who I originally
Who's the
thought you were
first?
gonna
Who's the
say.
first team to ever beat Bill Belichick and Tom Brady twice in the same season? Mike Shanahan.
Right.
And granted, Jake Plummer too. Shout out to my boy.
Yeah.
The Mountain Man.
The Mushroom Mafia up
Yeah.
there. Jake
I like
Plummer.
how he
Pants Mafia.
he just walks like media row and has no idea. No one has any idea who he is.
I love Jake Plummer, dude. He is one of my all-time favorite characters in the NFL. Like it's like Charles Haley, T.O.,
Charles Manson.
Jake Plummer.
Jake Plummer.
like,
Yeah,
wait,
I don't know,
what?
man. I think the whole
and then
Kirk,
like Ray Lewis.
if I was gonna take somebody in Indy, Kirk Cousins or Derek Carr, I'd take Derek Carr. I think Kirk Cousins is like one of those guys where he's just like
My
he's
point,
a body there and on my team. On my team.
my point of asking that question was not to debate like who would be better or who wouldn't be. My point was is that like this is the level of quarterback we're talking about here. We're talking when we talk about Derek Carr. I don't want people to think when I say that
I'd
when
take
Derek,
Jameis Winston
Derek
over
Carr,
both of them.
Derek Carr. Oh God, no.
I'm just kidding, but
I don't want people to think that when I say Derek Carr going to New Orleans and basically me guaranteeing New Orleans 10 wins next year
Right.
makes New Orleans a world beater. It doesn't. It doesn't. It does not make them a world. It makes them a very good team, a very competitive team
in that division.
and a team that you really, that you're going to have to prepare for, and now you're going to have to go out and beat because Derek Carr is good enough. But do not get it twisted. Derek Carr is basically Kirk Cousins. Okay?
Right.
No one is sitting here going like, oh, yeah, New Orleans is the Super Bowl favorite in the NFC now. Like, absolutely not. Not a chance in hell. They're the favorite in their division. They might even be the favorite, but they might not even get out of the wild card round. I mean, if we saw a Kirk Cousins, Derek Carr, New Orleans, Minnesota showdown on wild card weekend, who are you taking? I'm taking the Vikings. Depending on where it's played. Actually, it's in a dome either way. Who cares?
Yep, doesn't
I
matter.
don't
Depends
know
on
who
what
I'm
time the
taking.
game is played. If the game is played at 1 p.m. on a Sunday, give me the Vikings all
Give
day.
me the Kirk.
If it's 8:30 on Saturday, give me the Saints.
That is so crazy with Kirk Cousins, and he can't play it in prime time.
It's wild. 774-992-8702. Give us a call. We're getting all in on the Saints getting Derek Carr and the first domino falling. Now we're going to get into the rest of the quarterback carousel that is winding up, and it is starting to fling people off because it is spinning so fast. Today we had Lamar Jackson get the non-exclusive franchise tag, which is huge because that allows Lamar Jackson now to negotiate with any other team that he wants as a free agent while still giving the Baltimore Ravens the option to match said contract. So if a team wants to go full retard, a la the Cleveland Browns, and give him a Deshaun Watson-style contract that's basically all guaranteed, the Baltimore Ravens are probably going to be like, Lamar, it's been real. It's been fun. Best of luck. But we're going to go in a different direction here. Because the Baltimore Ravens, listen, if the Cleveland Browns did it, you can basically guarantee the Baltimore Ravens won't.
Right.
Because the Browns, the Ravens are the antithesis of the Browns. Okay? The Browns do all this dumb stuff where the Ravens don't. And that's why the Ravens are constantly competitive and they're constantly in the playoffs
mix,
and in the mix and they win Super Bowls where we're sitting here hoping like, maybe is this the year the Browns make make the playoffs?
We watched the
Not
Browns
that I fucking
squander
care
talent
because I hate
year
the
after
Browns
year.
and I literally fucking loathe talking about them at any point in time because they are the single most overrated franchise in all of sports history. But Lamar Jackson getting this non-exclusive tag is big. Danny Dimes gets an extension in New York. Big deal. I like Danny Dimes.
I do too.
I think when they hired Brian Daboll
I'm a fan.
as their head coach in New York, as the Giants hired Brian Daboll, and they looked at Danny Dimes and they said, well, he's a lot like Josh Allen, and we saw what Brian Daboll did with him. So can you come do that same thing for for Danny Dimes that you did for Josh Allen? Cool. So it makes all the sense in the world for them to extend him now. Kenny Golladay is getting cut. Saquon Barkley might not be there.
No, they franchise tagged him.
But
I know.
they tagged him, but that doesn't mean anything.
Right.
He still can be moved or not. And I don't think the Giants are going to pay Saquon. They might pay him this 1 year on the tag, but after that he
did work this year. But I think he has to prove that he can stay healthy and actually be a force with it, in the organization.
Right, exactly. He's
been non-existent for how many years? We're not just going to throw a fucking bag at you because you come back, have one fucking solid year. Prove to us that you want this extension or another contract,
you can stay healthy.
And you can stay healthy, bro.
And plus, again, we overvalue wide receivers. Running backs, skill position players. Like,
right.
You wide receiver, like, can we just point out too? And I don't know if I took a victory lap on this, because I was probably so lost in my hatred of the Kansas City Chiefs. But remember when the Kansas City Chiefs got rid of Tyreek Hill, and then went on to win the Super Bowl, and everybody was like, "Oh, here come the Chiefs. That's it. They're done. They got no Tyreek Hill." Right. And then they went to win. It's almost like what we've been saying on this show for the last
23 first-year players or something like that.
Yeah, it's almost like what we've been saying on this show for the last 10 years now, because that's how long this show. October will make 10 years for this show.
That's fucking crazy.
That wide receivers are the single most overrated position in football. Wide receivers don't win you Super Bowls. If the Chiefs
small exception, Cooper Kupp. He's the only one that would be like close.
But if there was no Cooper Kupp, there would have been
zero.
It would have been
over.
It would have been
that's Randy Moss, Jerry
Rice,
Rice,
Van Johnson.
Yeah,
it would have been anybody. It would have been there would have been somebody else that would have stepped up and
Julio
done that.
Jones. All
My point is that you don't need to pay wide receivers. They're a luxury item. You don't need to pay them.
Right.
How many times have we said it? We absolutely killed the Cowboys when they traded a first-round pick for Amari Cooper. I said that is the dumbest thing they've ever done. And what did that trade do for the Cowboys? Absolutely nothing. In fact, it might have even set them back.
Now they're getting rid of Zeke. They're going to put all their money into Pollard.
The Kansas City Chiefs get rid of Tyreek Hill, widely regarded as a top 5 wide receiver in the league.
Shit, him and what's his face?
And then
top
go on,
two.
and then go on
Jalen
to
Waddle.
and then go on to win a Super Bowl.
Right.
So again, to my point that I've been trying to tell you people, this is why you should listen to the show, because I'm not here to waste your fucking time. Okay? Wide receivers don't mean shit in the grand scheme of things. Why do you think Tom Brady was able to win with David Givens, David Patton, and Troy Brown?
Yeah.
Because it didn't matter. Because wide receivers don't matter.
Yeah.
They're just guys that are there to catch balls.
Yeah.
They might make a great catch here and there and make a big play for you, but you don't need to pay a guy $18 million to do that.
Peyton Manning took Austin Collie and Blair White to a fucking Super Bowl. You know what I mean? Who the fuck are those guys?
Yeah, with Pierre Garçon as basically pseudo number one.
Yeah, what the fuck? Like, imagine that.
But anyway, off that tirade, I just want to make that point because I always love to remind, especially the Cowboys fans that tried to defend the Amari Cooper trade in the moment.
They're just low-key trying not to say that their fucking owner's an idiot and Dak's not the answer. They need to fucking dump his ass. That's pretty much what they're saying.
But it didn't matter. Like, they had CeeDee Lamb and Amari Cooper, and they were like, oh, this is it. We got the best one.
Gotta go,
I'm like, bro, I remember when you had Roy Williams and T.O., and you couldn't even get out of the fucking wild card round.
Remember when Tony Romo, literally all he had to not do was throw a pick, and it looked like he lobbed it straight? Fuck, I was in New Hampshire for this game. They played Washington.
Oh, that was
it was like 2011.
Yeah, that was what's his name? London Fletcher. That picked it off.
He just. I go, Dave. As long as he doesn't throw a pick here, and he just lobbed it over whoever he was trying to throw it to,
Right
I'm
to
like,
London
you gotta
Fletcher.
be fucking kidding me. I'm like, nah, this is why the Dallas Cowboys just suck. I'm like, I don't get it, dude. Like, I don't understand what the stigma is with that team. They got the flash. It's not like they have any shortage of, like, that, like, shine to, like, want to go there. You know what I mean? It's not like Cleveland or, like, some shitty, like, dump destination that no one wants to fucking play for. Dude, Dallas should be like so many high prospect
It's the
players
owner.
should be. I know, and once again, like, it just comes down to front office. It comes down to front office and who these guys want to play for, and obviously the ins and outs of.
I want me some glory hole.
Dude, I'm telling you, man, it's
I was
crazy.
here in the glory hole days. I want me some more glory hole.
Nobody wants to play for Jerry World, bro. You know, Zeke's out. Zeke's
Well,
probably gone.
Well, that is the best case scenario for Dallas in that situation. I mean, Zeke is not the answer. Tony Pollard
No, they're
is
going to
the
throw out the
answer.
cap. Yep, they're going to clear some cap, get Pollard in there, and then figure it out. But if they keep making dumb decisions like they do with their luxury items, like Joey's talking about, I don't really think they're going to make it much further in the next couple of years anyway. Yeah, and I don't think I like Dak. I don't want to say he's a shitty quarterback because he's not, but
Rush
he
did
just
great when he was in there.
I like Cooper Rush better than Dak, honestly. But I don't
Team
think
moves.
Dak's terrible. You know what I mean? I don't think Dak is terrible. I just
Dak's
don't
not
think
terrible.
he's
It's
going
just-
to get you there.
Again, Dallas is becoming one of those places like Cleveland, Houston, the Jets, where like just good talent, first round talent goes to die, and it's not becoming a thing. But again, I don't want to get too caught up in this whole little wormhole that I just opened up. Back to what we were talking about, which was Lamar and the quarterback carousel that is kind of winding up here. So we've got Lamar, check off Lamar. He's franchise. He's gonna get.
No, it's an exclusive rights tag.
Yeah, it's the.
Right, other teams can
What
bid
did
on
I
him.
say? The non-exclusive tag.
Yeah,
Yeah.
other
It's the
teams can
exclusive
make
tag.
bids.
He's free to negotiate with other teams, but the
Yes.
Ravens ultimately have the last chance.
They
to
have to
the offer.
match.
They can match
They
it.
have to
Now,
match.
I should know this, and I don't, but I think they banned poison pills. Is it all poison pills?
What do you mean? Define poison pills.
Poison pill. For example, the Patriots in 2007 had the Dolphins transition tagged Wes Welker. They said he's worth the second-round pick. The Patriots said, okay, we're going to offer him 3 years, $15 million, but if he plays more than 4 games in the city of Miami, his contract is fully guaranteed. That's a poison pill. And they knew Miami couldn't offer that because they would have been over the salary cap by signing Wes Welker alone.
Oh,
So
so they just
can
set
they-
you up for failure based on what you can't, what you can't
I-
provide. I never knew that. I just figured, and for the listeners, I figured I'd have you.
I
explain
think
it.
that's still allowed because it's gamesmanship amongst the teams. I mean,
So-
that's
So
kind of the whole nature of the business.
I'm glad we brought up Lamar because a lot
You're
of
just
stuff,
leveraging. That's
a
all.
lot of
Right.
stuff has
What- you know.
transpired from 4 p.m. to now when the show started about 8:30. Well, 8:30, 8:40ish.
Yeah, there was a lot flying in.
The Raiders, the Falcons, the Commanders, the 49ers, and another team all said they are not interested in Lamar Jackson. Like all the big teams that need quarterbacks said we're not interested. And that's very strange to me, which makes
Is it?
It makes it seem like
I
Yeah,
think,
but for Lamar though, because
Well,
you know you're
because-
getting you're getting a Team Tebow on steroids.
And-
what about
and-
Atlanta though?
but the problem with Lamar is
They
that
love them running quarterbacks.
Lamar has already come out and said he wants a Deshaun Watson type contract, and
Right.
everybody's like, no.
Nah. Yeah, you got to understand, Cleveland's dumb. Okay,
But Atlanta has the money to do that.
But they're not going to
Atlanta-
do a fully guaranteed.
but they're
contract.
not stupid.
But
though.
Atlanta wants the type of quarterback like he is. He's young enough to make it. The first round picks, they're just going to blow on shit anyway. Atlanta makes sense to do that
A
deal.
young black quarterback in Atlanta that can run like Michael Vick. Let me think. Is that a no-brainer for the Atlanta Falcons? Yup.
and
It
they're-
is.
But not that money.
But the money is what's going to hold it up
But they-
because
but they-
the guarantees
the
are what's
fut-
going to hold it up.
The
If you-
future,
if
the
they
future is
wanna-
open for them. They have nothing on the books.
But if
Well,
they
they
want to
could
give
s-
him, but if they want to give Lamar $250 million over 5 years, let's say, right? $50 million a year.
Yeah.
They're going to give him $250 million. If $150 million of that is guaranteed,
It's never gonna be.
no, that would probably be about the benchmark
They're
for
gonna
that
do
contract.
like a Danny
wants
Dimes
two.
type thing where it's gonna be like an incentive
Watson basically got $235 fully guaranteed.
Yeah.
Yes. And Watson
Cleveland
stinks.
And
Every-
Watson sucks.
Oh, my
Watson's
God.
not even, and Watson hasn't played for 2 years. Lamar's coming off, 2 years ago he was an MVP
Right.
or a candidate. He's been an MVP candidate every year he's played. Like the guy is extremely talented and he's very good. He's much better for all intents and purposes than Deshaun Watson is right now. But what they don't understand is that this isn't MLB. This isn't the NHL. This isn't the NBA. You can't just give out fully guaranteed contracts because if he gets hurt and then gets screwed, he goes down with a bad knee injury and misses 2 years. He's
You're fucked.
out for a year recovering, and then he doesn't get back till midway through the second year, and he's meh. And then it takes him a whole year to basically recover. That's almost 3 seasons now you've wasted of that $250 million guaranteed. It's not going to happen.
Not in any competent franchise anyway.
Exactly.
That's
no
what I'm
competent
saying.
franchise. The Browns are not a competent franchise.
Dude, they're like
which is why when they made that deal with Deshaun Watson, we all sat here and were like, what are
laughed.
you doing?
No shit. All 31 other owners were looking at him like, are you fucking kidding me, bro? You're like the rookie dude at a fucking Texas Hold'em table who's just fucking willy-nilly fucking around and screwing everybody
You're
else.
me. You're me.
You know what I'm saying? You're the guy that don't know shit. You're a brand new guy. You're going all in on bullshit hands, and you're fucking up the call for everybody else
or worse,
who knows how to fucking play.
Or worse yet, you're that dumbass at the blackjack table.
One of them, yeah,
But,
whatever.
like,
but you know what I'm trying to say,
right?
like,
Hold them. At least you're playing against all the other guys at the
Yeah.
table. In blackjack, everybody at the table is playing against the dealer.
Yeah.
And you're the guy that's like fucking doubling down and doing all this dumb shit when you shouldn't be.
Right.
And everybody else is like, dude,
what the fuck?
what are you
man?
doing?
Yeah,
Like,
you're making it harder
you're
for
fucking
us,
all
bro.
of us.
Exactly.
And that's what Cleveland did
Yep.
by signing
They are
Deshaun
so
to that.
fucking stupid. They are making it worse for every other NFL owner or team, regardless.
But
Just
see,
cap
but here's
space,
the thing.
contract-wise, everything.
I think all it's going to take is for Lamar Jackson to not get the Deshaun Watson deal, and we will never hear about the Deshaun Watson deal again. Because if Lamar Jackson can't get it, nobody's getting it. I mean, think about it.
It's true.
You're talking about what's he, 24, 25
Yeah,
years
nobody
old?
should get it,
He's
though.
20, right, but he's 25. You're talking about a 25-year-old in his prime quarterback. When was the last time a 25-year-old prime-time MVP winning quarterback hit the free agent market? I'll just make it easy for you. It
Never.
hasn't.
I was like,
It doesn't happen.
To me, it just
They
makes
get locked up long term well before that ever
it
happens.
makes
Right,
all the
right.
sense in the world. I don't care what Atlanta says. It makes all the sense in the world. If Atlanta goes out and they say, "Hey, we'll give you $46 million a year, guaranteed over 5 years," do you think the people of Atlanta will give a shit about that deal? They'll be like,
No.
no, the people of Atlanta
People of
aren't going to give a
Atlanta,
fuck.
Atlanta
like,
might be the favorite in that division, even with that Derek Carr after. You know what I mean? Like Drake London is great. I love that kid at wide receiver.
They're gonna be
they
like
have a
they're gonna be
decent
begging
team on offense.
Lamar to fight pit bulls and like
Look, they have
that's-
Kyle Pitts at tight end. You plug a quarterback in with that team, and that offense is pretty goddamn good right off the bat. That's
Listen,
better than
like I
anything Lamar
said though,
has.
but the one thing about Lamar Jackson is, like I said, he's kind of you build an offense around his type of play. He's got literally like they develop plays around Lamar Jackson's
Yes.
running style.
Yes.
So like to build an offense and do everything around Lamar.
You're
if
talking
he
about the
gets
Tebow effect.
I'm talking about the Tebow effect, bro.
They
He gets
want
fucking
that.
hurt. Yeah, but he gets hurt. Who else are you gonna put in there?
That's the
Lamar.
I
was
don't
a
want
great
I don't want
pick for-
Lamar. Lamar's a running quarterback.
Right.
You know how I feel about running quarterbacks. I'm saying for Atlanta, it makes
Right.
all the sense in
It
the
was
world.
a great pick for Baltimore when they grabbed him. He was a fucking phenomenon, like coming out, being able to run and shit like that, but being able to literally build an entire offense and
Sean's grabbing his keys. Like, I'm out of here.
base your franchise
Playing
on
with a
him.
knife.
No, I'm just saying, base your franchise on a guy like this. It's just not a smart idea. And I get it. Lamar wants to get paid. He probably should, but I don't think he's going to be the one to really bring you where you need to be
Listen,
for the money that he's going to cost
Over
you.
under one Super Bowl on Lamar Jackson.
Zero.
I'm
Zero.
Going, I'm going under.
I'm going zero.
I can absolutely see Lamar Jackson going over in this.
Never.
I can see him not even
Never
ever
even
getting
making
2-1.
it. No shit, dude.
I think injuries will play a big factor in his career. Quick.
Injuries, his playing style. We've seen it in the playoffs. I mean, there was a point where we were literally screaming at the television for John Harbaugh to bring in Joe fucking Flacco.
I remember that.
Because Lamar was so ineffective against the San Diego Chargers.
Yep, that was that.
That we were like,
that was Phillips last year.
What are you
right?
doing?
Yeah.
Like, put in. You have a chance to win this game. Put Flacco in. Why are you letting them just dick down this kid? And it didn't make him better because then they went on again the next year. They went 1 and done. I believe it was against the Titans. And then he's never. Has he ever won a playoff game, Lamar?
Yes, I think so.
I think he's got one, right?
I believe he has one victory.
Is it? Does he? I didn't even think he
like
won one.
I think he did.
I'm pretty sure he's 1 and 3, if I'm not mistaken.
I didn't even know he won one.
Yeah, he did. I think he won one game.
Postseason.
Yeah, I'd like to see this because.
Yeah, 1 and 3.
Yeah, 1 and 3. That's terrible.
His only win was against Tennessee, actually. Oh, but they did lose so they lost to the Chargers, then they lost to Tennessee, then they came back the next year, they beat Tennessee, then they lost to Buffalo, they got smoked 17-3, and then they lost to Cincinnati in 2022, 24-17.
Right, that was
That was this year. That was the.
Was that the year that they beat the Raiders off that bullshit call?
No, that was this year. That was when they grabbed what's his name? Grabbed the ball at the goal line when they tried to reach it over and he grabbed it and took it and ran the other way.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Hubbard. Nah,
Yeah, Hubbard,
Yeah.
Yep. So that was that game. He's 1 and 3 in the playoffs, and I'm not saying look.
That's right. That was them. Shit.
I'm not saying it's 100% his fault, but I'm just saying guys like Lamar don't win Super Bowls.
No, I don't think so.
Like Mahomes, okay, sure. That's about as close to Lamar Jackson as you're going to get, but you could easily make the argument that Mahomes is more closely replicated to John Elway than he is
A smaller version.
a small and more athletic John Elway.
Yeah.
Because
Because he can make the fucking throws all
Because
day.
he's got the hand cannon.
He can make the throws.
If it's 3rd and 15,
He's smart.
he could run and get you 17.
Yep.
You know, I mean, we've seen it. We've seen him do it time and time again.
He does fantastic in situational situations. You know.
I just don't think Lamar is the guy. So I don't think that contract is going to happen. I think ultimately he's probably going to play in Baltimore one more year under the tag. If I had to guess,
I don't know. I think that relationship is so bad at this point.
it is. But what else are they going to do? I mean, he could hold out.
I think he'll hold out. I think he'll really screw the
But
team.
but that's fine. I honestly don't. If I'm Baltimore, I kind of welcome that. Like, listen, yeah, whatever. This year sucks. We're fucked.
Yep.
But-
Go find your team, bro.
But you know what? We're out from under you.
Yep.
And that's all that matters. So
I
there's that.
I
and
still
then
think
and then you go out west. On the contrary, and you got Geno Smith of all fucking people.
I think that was a crazy thing what they just did.
I
Cashing
couldn't
in.
believe it. I was like,
I was
You
blown,
want to you want to talk about like
I was blown away.
you want to talk about like Deshaun Watson dumb deals? Well, this fits right in that category.
the Seahawks were like, yo, check this out.
The Seahawks are like, hey,
What is it,
Cleveland, hold my
35
beer.
35 for 3 years.
106 million, 104 million?
35 per year for 3 years, 105.
105 million for
So
3
35
But only
per
I
year.
think 52 guaranteed though.
You know
Still.
what, though? You know what? The only person
52
that
million guaranteed is that. I mean, that's more than Geno Smith ever made in his entire career.
I'm happy for Geno Smith's family.
Good for him.
I'm happy for his family.
Me too.
And everybody else surrounded by him for him getting this bag.
Because Lord knows the Seahawks got the money.
Of course they do. And Geno Smith was a washed up, see you the fuck later guy. You sucked in New York, like, you know, whatever. You couldn't put it together. You weren't a first round. What is he, Auburn? No, he wasn't Auburn. It was
He
a
was
dark
not
blue.
Auburn.
Was he Arkansas?
No.
West Virginia?
Yeah.
Was it WV?
Blue and orange. Some kind of like dark blue and orange, right?
I don't remember at all what he was anymore. Geno Smith.
I do.
2013
Close.
feels so long ago.
Close to.
Yeah, West Virginia. you're
Yeah,
right.
yeah. Dark blue and orange, right? They got dark blue.
No, that's blue and yellow.
Oh, is it? Oh,
Blue
yeah,
and yellow.
yeah.
You
Yeah,
colorblind
blue and yellow.
prick.
I know, right?
I'm colorblind,
Jesus
too.
Christ. I just remember like clips in my mind from years ago, and I'm like, wait, I know Geno Smith was in like a dark blue uniform. That's all I remember. Because literally, what the fuck am I supposed to remember about Geno Smith? Absolutely nothing. And for him to
That he
get
was a
this
Mountaineer?
bag is just crazy.
He wasn't that great in college. I don't care what anybody says.
No, he wasn't. But the Jets took him in the first round, and that
Yeah.
was
Because they felt bad he was sitting in the green room by himself.
yeah. I mean, happens to the best of them. Aaron Rodgers knows. Geno gets the bag. I don't know what Seattle think. I mean, granted, look, $52 million to Seattle is nothing. It's a drop in the bucket.
Who's the owner? Paul Allen? No, not Paul.
Yeah,
Allen.
Paul. Yeah,
Yeah,
Paul.
Paul
Allen.
Allen.
Yeah, that guy's got billions.
Yeah,
The owner
doesn't
of
give a-
Nike.
No, that's Phil Knight.
Paul Allen is
What's he own?
He's
What was-
he's a
Paul Allen?
Microsoft guy.
Microsoft guy.
He's a Microsoft guy or a tech guy. He's a Silicon Valley guy.
Okay.
I'm almost positive he's a tech guy.
I couldn't remember who it was anymore. Who owns the Ducks? That's the owner of Nike.
That's Phil Knight.
Phil Knight.
That's
Yeah.
well, he doesn't own. Well, he does own the Ducks. Yeah.
Yes,
Essentially,
he Paul
Pretty
Allen
much.
is a co-founder of Microsoft. That's
Yeah.
all.
Oh.
So he's got a couple bucks to throw around for sure. So paying Geno Smith, like I said, I'm happy for his family and everybody that's associated with Geno Smith because his career was literally not panning out.
And of course,
at all.
Paul Allen. That's why Steve Ballmer got the Clippers and all that shit. You know,
Right,
it was
right,
like,
right.
you know, they're like, yeah, hey, we're all boys.
Yeah,
The boys
Phil
club.
Knight just
The
pumps
Microsoft
hella
Boys
money
Club.
to the Oregon Ducks every year, which is fucked up that we still can't win a national championship, even with a guy like Phil Knight back at the
Well,
team.
because
Well,
everybody-
stop paying guys soon.
Because the I know you gotta get the booster game right, man. Now it's all about the NIL. Now it's all about the NIL deals. But
Yeah, the nil
like
deals.
Livy Dune is she's
Jesus,
cashing in.
Cashing in, bro.
You know the crazy thing is she actually does Photoshop her photos for Instagram.
Of course, they all do.
I know, but
Who's
it's like
this?
so pathetic. Olivia Dune,
The LSU gymnast.
LSU gymnast.
I'm on it.
But
You never heard of her?
Mm,
What? Yes, you have.
maybe if I say
1,000% you have. She's
Yeah.
everywhere. You
D-U-N-E or D-U-N-N-E.
DUNN.
N or something. Yeah, Dune. It's Dune.
I think you're wrong. Hot wouldn't kick her out of bed, but
This one?
Yep, that's her. Yep.
She looks 12.
most
Yep.
gymnasts do.
Yeah, she's a LSU gymnast that every simp on the internet is just fucking sitting there gagging themselves over. It's
Yeah,
like,
facts.
Jesus Christ, bro. Like, go out and get some real fucking pussy or something like that.
Well,
and
somebody-
then go back and sit there and
Somebody
tell
was
me,
like super mad about her, like because she got like the NIL deal she got. They were like, "Well, that's not fair because not everybody else is going to be able to get that deal." And it's like,
yeah, no
bitch.
shit. Nah. You're
Um,
lucky you're getting it. Let's not go back to before this where it was fuck you, pay me, pretty much.
Well, it's like
The NCAA was
you know,
like, yeah,
it's-
give me your
it's
tuition money.
probably, it's probably like Christine Brennan and Julie DiCario, the ones that we talked about last week when they were when they did that. The USA Today writer when we were talking about the ones that were pissed off about Tiger Woods handing the tampon off. And then Julie DiCario, she wrote an article the other day for was it Deadspin, where there was like this like faux outrage over this Alabama like girls team that was like they were like a tournament team, but then they were like forced to play in like the boys rec league, and then they won the rec league, and then they didn't get a trophy, and everybody was like, they didn't get a trophy because they're girls, and it's like, no, they didn't get a trophy because we told you before the season started like you weren't gonna get one. But you had to play in that rec league in order to like maintain like gym space or something. But
Right.
like Julie DiCario wrote this article on Deadspin that like just devolved into like this whole thing about like wage gaps and how women do like 300 times the work as men do in
I'm
this
so
country.
fucking sick of the wage gap fucking thing.
I mean, it's been debunked. The wage gap thing has been debunked.
No shit.
several hundred
because
times
if
over.
women
Tons of
inherently
people.
get paid less than men, then every business owner out there would only hire women and save fucking 20%.
Right.
Like
Well,
you're an idiot.
They're like, well, look at the women's soccer team. They don't make as much money as the men.
Sell
And it's like,
tickets.
sell tickets. Well, look at the NBA, the WNBA. Yeah, sell tickets.
Sell tickets.
You know, okay, all right, cool. Like, you know, any female I work with that we work with, they can make as much money as we do.
Shit, I work with a lot of females that make more than what I do.
Yeah, facts. And
I work with sergeants, lieutenants, captains who are females. I'm just a base, so what the fuck?
yeah, they make more than me.
Fuck yeah.
Don't see anything stopping them. You know.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
I thought it was a car accident outside.
Yeah, I think something happened.
Yeah, it was a little. No, it was a New Bedford barking spider. That's what it was. But yeah, no, she's the one that like they're the ones that take it there,
Of
and
course.
and they make it all about like the gender equality thing and this and that, and they're like, one mother was outraged on Facebook, and the post got 400 comments, and it's like, 400 comments, like, bitch, get your fucking weight up. Okay, 1.1K. Fucking come at
I
me.
know, right?
Yeah,
on
get your
a
weight- get your
random
weight
ass, on
Get
a
your weight
random
up.
ass.
All because
photo.
like a bunch of like 7th grade girls who beat up on a bunch of like 3rd grade boys didn't get a trophy
What
for
do you
winning.
think that post would be up to right now? if we kept it going. Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh,
if,
we'd be
if a
at
certain
this- at
person kept it
7.9.
going.
At this point, we'd be over 10K. Because I think people would have just kept posting
Commenting
it.
to do it.
It would have just become a GDT.
Yep.
It would have just become a general discussion thread, and everything that ever came up would have gone right in there.
Yep.
Like, I wish that post had been mine and not the person who posted it,
Right.
because that thread would still be going to this day.
I bet it would.
That was
Guaranteed.
a
It just-
You'd be
people-
up over like a million comments.
People just stop posting TikToks in it, just dancing.
it was just a perfect storm.
Hip, skin it, bit, bop,
that
bit,
came
you know,
together.
That kid with the fat gut who
And then
bounces.
the number, everybody just became infatuated with the numbers. We were like,
Yep.
yeah,
Let's
do
go.
this.
1.1. I know. Even like Nick, like all the dudes.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
It was fucking awesome, dude.
774-992-8702. We're talking quarterback carousel in the NFL. Derek Carr to the Saints. What you got?
No. I'm letting you go. Please.
No,
finish.
that's right.
Oh, okay. So I'm looking up, like, seeing if any updates of, like, quarterback stuff happens, right? So everywhere. I follow Matthew Judon, obviously, Patriot. And I just love that it becomes, like, a meme now. So he just randomly tweets at random players, like, throughout different leagues. Donovan Mitchell just put, hey, yo, listen to what J.J. Watt is saying. He goes, yo, Donovan, come to the Patriots.
After he just beat the brakes off the Celtics last night.
Yeah, it's just, he makes me laugh so much. Like, he's like, yo, Tiger Woods, come to the Patriots. He just tags tons of different people. It just says to come to the Patriots. It
That
just
is
cracks me up.
Fucking awesome.
Oh, I'm sorry. That was like a one-off thing. He just did it like an hour ago, so I just saw it. It made me laugh.
That's okay. We're good. All right, let's what do we want to do next? Do you want to do
Good talk about Aaron Rodgers really quick. I mean, that
Yeah,
carousel's a nightmare. I know we touched on it briefly, but
let's touch real quick. Let's circle back to Aaron Rodgers. And then I want to get into sports betting because I really do want to get into some bets for this weekend because sports betting goes live. The apps go live on Friday where you can bet. I've got the MGM one right now. Paul sent me a link to the FanDuel one, which actually I might even join. Just do that right now.
Yeah. Make sure you tell them that I send you the referral because if you make a bet,
I'm
how did you
using
guys
your
get all the
link.
credits in advance? I didn't get shit.
I didn't get anything either.
You get it the day of
have
launch.
No, you actually have to bet on the app though for me
Man,
to get the dough.
Fuck you.
Which is
Well, I'm gonna
stupid.
do that.
No, it has to be over a certain amount too.
Yeah, it's got to be like a
So
$50
you
amount
got to
or-
do DraftKings sports betting. You have to do FanDuel. You have to do MGM. You have to do.
I did FanDuel and MGM.
No, there's tons more.
I know.
Barstools is coming out too. Then you got to do Barstools.
Jesus.
And then you have Caesars. That's 6.
Jesus.
And then there's like 9 licenses that Massachusetts got. So you just might as well go get all 9.
Yeah, I'll just write down. Yeah.
And then just parlay them all and just be like, if one of these parlay hits, I can put my Gucci on. I'm doing TikToks in the bathroom at work.
I quit my job, bitch. Nah, I wouldn't be winning that much, but yeah, who knows, man? I mean, I think it's fucking awesome that we can bet.
If
but
I bet with like free money and win like a crazy parlay, because that's all I'm gonna do is just gamble crazy parlays.
yeah,
And if I win anything, I will 100% make a dancing TikTok
I bet $50 that the Bruins will make it to the Stanley Cup.
to win how much?
175.
1,000?
No, I bet $50. I'll win $175 if they make it to the Stanley Cup.
Oh, yeah, that's nothing for me. I don't want to do that.
Yeah, that's fine. Oh, yeah, I mean, I wish it was 175.
I don't think the Bruins are going to make it to the Stanley Cup.
Yeah, they're gonna make it.
Yeah, take the field.
I feel like every time there's a team that's like this good, like going in, that they're just in the NHL, they get bounced in like the second round.
No, remember the last team that was this good was the Bruins. We got swept by the Blues, but that doesn't mean they didn't make it to the Stanley Cup. So my
No,
bet
they didn't
still
get
holds.
swept by the Blues. It
Yeah,
was sixth, didn't they?
no, we got swept by the Blues. I think.
The Gloria
we
year?
did not get swept by the Blues.
No.
Are you sure?
Gloria,
Yes.
Gloria,
We won one.
Gloria.
I'm almost positive in the last
I
like
don't
5
think
years,
so.
like we got swept by either the Blues or oh fuck, what's the other
I
team?
went to
I'm-
Game 7, asshole.
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah.
No, I thought we
That
got
was 2019.
swept.
That was 3 years ago.
Oh no! I'm talking about a little bit earlier than that.
No.
All right, so I just
That was
signed up
3
on
years ago?
FanDuel.
Wow, I thought we got
give
swept
her
by
my
them.
Gucci.
Because I remember sitting there being like, "Wow, this fucking blows." These dudes are just tooling us every night, like night in, night out.
Nah, they really weren't.
Yeah, I was probably on too much vodka or
No.
something, but you know, whatever. Either way, we got our ass
I'm
beat.
putting $25 into my FanDuel account.
Oh, my
as we
God.
speak.
Jesus, who is that?
Sister Jean.
Who the fuck is that?
The old basketball woman that goes to every game.
Ugh.
She's not looking too good.
Oh God, no.
Well, I
All
mean,
right,
good
so
for her, but
let's talk some betting, boys. Let's get in. Let's talk some betting. I got $25 in my FanDuel account. What do I want to bet on this weekend? All right, I'm looking for NASCAR. That's what I want to bet on.
You do that because I am no idea.
where the fuck was I when I was in school?
Where the fuck were you when you were in school?
No, where the fuck was this when I was in school? I see so many of these now, dude. I'm not
That's
even gonna...
crazy. Do you want to see something? The kid's
Yeah,
like, the kid just takes back, nah.
School lunch lady, 31, arrested after
That's a
texting a
school lunch
14-year-old
lady.
student saying, "Want to see something?" and then spamming him with nudes.
But it didn't say if it was her nudes or not.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, whatever. I mean, if I'm 14, do I really care?
If it's nudes, if I get.
I mean, granted,
Right.
Wait a minute.
actually, you know what? But when I was 14, let's see, that was what, 1999?
6. I'm just messing with her.
So that was a little bit harder to get nudes back then. Like, I still used that to, like, wait until mom and dad went out for dinner and then put a blank tape in the VCR and record the Spice Channel, you know? And that's how I used to build my spank bank. And then I would rent that out at school for money so I could play paintball. That was my hustle. Pretty good hustle, if I think I must say so myself.
Channel 76,
good.
bitch.
I'm not gonna mention any names, Ben, but you still owe me for that fucking tape you stole from me in 8th grade, you dick.
I can put my Gucci on.
But anyway, let's see. All right, so what do we got here? Let's go. PGA. Where is? I want to bet on NASCAR.
I don't know about betting. I hit up a couple things and I was like, does this even fucking work? You really got to be able to navigate the fucking site in order to figure out what the fuck it is you want to bet on.
I know,
that was
right?
the only one thing that like
Just
kinda,
call them and be like, put this much money down on this.
Yeah.
Hey,
So-
fuck?
hey.
Well, I'm gonna look up the NASCAR odds for this weekend because that's what I'm betting on. NASCAR odds for Phoenix. All right, what are you guys betting on this weekend?
Man, that's bright as shit. My God, are you blind?
Look at
Power
my-
of the sun. I don't know.
Look at my shit.
I don't know.
I'm just saying
I
small
don't
bet.
wanna
I don't know, dude. I don't wanna
You're asking the
fucking-
wrong person about NASCAR stuff. I would say.
I'm not asking you if
Give
you're
me-
betting on NASCAR.
No, no.
What are you betting on?
Oh, what will I bet on? I will likely bet on the Celtics when it actually happens because the Celtics are going to be live. I'm not going to bet on the Bruins. I don't feel confident in the Bruins.
God damn
I will
it,
bet.
dude! I almost bet on the Thunder tonight.
Wait,
and they're
which
beating
one-
The Warriors
which
by
one-
Fucking
You can't bet on the Warriors.
11 points.
But you can't bet on tonight
No.
legally.
Well, that's why I had to do
All right,
futures.
and Paul, what did I say earlier today?
What?
Who did I say I was going to throw a bean down on at Phoenix this week?
Lamar.
No, NASCAR.
Yeah.
Kyle Busch.
No.
No, Joey Logano.
And who's got the top odds to win this weekend?
Joey Logano.
Joey Logano,
Joseph
plus
Logano.
800.
Wait, how did you find NASCAR though?
I'm on. I just looked up the odds on a separate site. I'll figure out how to get on there. I'll have to go on the computer tomorrow and actually do it, because the apps are being a little funky. But you've got
If you type NASCAR into what do you call it?
FanDuel?
MGM, it don't come up. They don't do it.
No, I know. That's why I'm kind of pissed.
Yeah, it's fucking whack.
So
What
I
you
don't.
talking about?
I'll find somebody who will let me bet on NASCAR. That's not the problem. And whoever lets me bet on NASCAR,
I'm on MGM right now. I'm gonna see if they let you do it, Matt.
I
know you said
tried.
earlier. You said
they're
you
not. Long odds that I like though. I mean, let's see. If I'm going long odds, Alex Bowman at plus 2,000. I think I like that. William Byron at plus 1,200. Not long odds, but longer.
That's what she said.
I mean, those are a couple guys I can get behind. I think, like I said, I think I'm going to throw it down on Joey Logano to outright win on Sunday in Phoenix. That's my bet of the weekend.
Well,
He's been close. He was close at Daytona. He was close in California. He got wrecked last week in Vegas. I feel like he's due for a win. He's the reigning champion. Phoenix is where he won his last race. His last win was at Phoenix last year to win the championship. He won the race. He beat out Ross Chastain. I think I'm going either Joey. I'm going Joey Logano. If you don't like Joey Logano, go Ross Chastain. If not them, I mean, dude, anyone with a Hendrick cars. But I'm going all in. I'm all in on Joey Logano to win this weekend on Sunday.
I can't wait till Friday so I can do just a crazy parlay. That's what I'm going to do. So it's not going to be straight up betting. It's going to be like Jason Tatum over 20 points.
Oh,
sure.
yeah. You're going to take all the prop bets and parlay them into one big-ass bet. Yeah.
Why not? It's free money.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, the money where we're fucking with house money this weekend. If you join these apps, they're giving you, like, 200 betting points.
Okay. So
which is,
I officially
is $200, but you
have to
can't
bet
join,
it.
but you have to bet it.
So I just gave him MGM. I just gave him $10.
You want to grab another beer?
$200.
Yes, I am. You need a spruce ass?
When you're ready.
Wow. I was so close just now.
What? Oh.
I was so close.
I'm glad you didn't.
Me too. Yes, I will go get you a beer, brother.
What the hell happened?
You don't get it. I'll tell you
Nope.
later.
Yeah.
I'll tell you when we're off the air.
Okay.
That's one of those off the air things.
right here.
NSF, watch the wires. I almost said it too. Jesus.
Just tell me later.
There's only one word you can't say on air.
Oh. Gotcha.
It's only one. And it's not faggot or retard.
I guess you can say those. Oh, retard's not like that bad.
Oh God, Jesus! Go ask the people who are protesting our good buddy Sean Oliver, who won Ward 3 in New Bedford. Yeah, go ask those kids.
Oh yeah, that's true. I heard.
I was battling back and forth on Instagram with a bunch of them the other day. Glad to see and I've never been happier to be never been more happy to be associated with New Bedford Guide than I was when I saw them sticking up for Sean Oliver, who won Ward 3 the other day in that election and was being sworn in and was being bullied by I won't even say the LGB. It's more like the QT plus community, because the LGBs, they don't care. I don't even know if the Qs care. It's the Ts. It's the T community. So I'm not even going to start calling them the alphabet community anymore. It's the I have multiple pronouns and I demand that you call me by those pronouns at all times community that were harassing my guy, my friend, the guy I voted for in Ward 3, Sean Oliver, who won and is now in charge of that ward, and he is going to do his best to do great for the city of New Bedford, and I'm super happy and super proud that he made that. So congratulations to you, Sean. And I've never been more proud to be associated with New Bedford Guide than I was when I saw them sticking up for him and not just giving in to this woke mob of complete imbeciles and mentally ill individuals who demanded that he get on his hands and knees and beg for forgiveness. Because as we all know with these people, with that crowd, that it's not about, hey, listen, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to offend you. It's, oh, no. Kiss my shoes?
Kiss it.
Go ahead. Apologize.
Yeah, the old Jesse Jackson.
And that's what it's all about with those people. It has nothing to do with actually like being like, hey, listen, I'm sorry I made a mistake. They're like, yeah, you did. Now I want you to kiss my ass, get on your hands and knees and beg for forgiveness.
What is this?
And then when you get down on your hands and knees, I'm going to kick you in the fucking face, and then I'm still going to ask that you get fired from your job.
It's the Home Alone thing. Get on your knees and tell me you love me.
Yeah.
They still kill him.
Yeah.
I just shoot him.
Snakes. That was the second one though, right?
I think so.
Get on your hands and knees. Yeah, but that's what these people do. They're just straight bullies. And you can just tell. I mean, there was a video that got posted on Instagram on New Bedford Guide of a reverend.
Wasn't there a protest at New Bedford High School? Is that
Yes.
what it was?
Yeah,
Okay.
it was. Yeah, it was a bunch of teenagers who have absolutely no idea what they're talking about.
I think I did see that
because Mr. Oliver posted memes, 4 or 5 years ago, which actually made total sense. Where he's like, the memes that were posted were like, hey, how about we treat mental illness instead of chopping off our dicks? Sounds like a pretty good place to start. I don't know. For most rational people, that's not a hot take. No oven mitts needed. We're just going to go ahead and say, like, hey, listen, that's probably a good spot. But nonetheless, they were just a bunch of pissed off, high school kids because again, life is so good for them right now that they have nothing better to do than to make shit up and protest people that their parents don't like, because that's all that was. It was just their parents telling them that we don't like this guy. And then you have this reverend, allegedly, a reverend who was a dude who's now a chick. And you could just tell by the way this guy stood over Sean.
I don't know about this at all.
Oh, it's all on the Bedford Guide. You can go on their Instagram, on the Facebook page, whatever, and just stood over him with like his hand, like shaking his hand, like, and just being like, like trying to intimidate the shit out of him. And props to Sean, he didn't back down. Thank you, sir. Didn't back down. Didn't played it as good as you could. Said, you know what? Listen, we have a difference of opinion. I'd love to, get together in a more formal setting and bridge this gap, whatever that may be. Let's sit down and talk about it. Perfect answer, and he knocked it out the park. So congratulations, Sean, on your win in Ward 3. We, I can't wait to vote for you again someday for a higher ranking office. That being said, what are you? So you're betting parlays.
I'm doing parlays. 100%.
I'm betting Joey Logano. What are you, Paul, betting? What's your bet for the weekend? There's got to be you throwing it down on the Celtics. What are you doing?
Hell no, I'm not throwing anything down on the fucking Celtics
I mean,
at this
I
point.
wouldn't throw anything down on the fucking Celtics either right now. They're a
Just
fucking
bet on Grant
they're a
Williams.
tinderbox.
Honestly,
Bet on
probably,
Grant Williams all under.
Yeah, no shit,
There
right?
you go, you won.
I'm making both. Clearly, I could read the lips, and I'm like, he's gonna fucking miss him.
Both of
and
them.
he fucking missed him. And
I
I'm
love
like,
it.
God
He's like,
damn it.
I'm gonna make both of them.
Honestly, my big bet, I might go on you with NASCAR. I'm not sure.
Did you?
Dude.
Speaking of which, Grant Williams is getting destroyed
Who would-
so bad online, and he sent nudes to a girl, which the girl immediately put on the internet. For everyone.
Fuck.
No.
So he's getting just destroyed
Yeah,
right now.
yeah. What were you gonna say?
What were you? Who you gonna take at Phoenix though? If you're going NASCAR,
I'm going, dude. Chastain, bro. I'm always riding Ross.
listen. Ross finished second in the last race there
I'm
last year.
always riding Ross Chastain. That's my fucking homeboy. I'm a melon farmer. All right.
Who is?
I like it.
Who's
I'm
orange?
a melon farmer.
Who's the orange car?
Orange?
Is there an orange car?
Probably.
I mean, sometimes,
That's
but
what I'll put my money
the
on.
paint
I'll put my-
schemes.
I'll
The
put my
They
paint
money on
schemes
color.
change.
week
Yeah,
to
the
week now.
liveries change from like
The
week.
liveries
They change from week
change.
to week.
Well, shit.
Usually, if I could bet on Pastrana and the black rifle car, I would. But he's not. He's a limited driver, so he's not. But no, I'm gonna go Ross Chastain. If I was gonna bet NASCAR, I mean, I bet on. Once
There's other
it
stuff.
gets
What about PGA? There's tons
once
of
it
stuff to
gets
bet.
live, I haven't really thought about betting on golf. Honestly, dude, I haven't thought about really betting on anything until like literally like 5 hours ago. Because I was like, all right, we'll get on the betting train with everything going on. Honestly, my big bets, I'm gonna do a lot of NHL with the Bruins right now.
No, I'm not betting hockey at all because I don't know enough shit about hockey to be
Me,
betting hockey.
and that's exactly why you do it.
But
because it takes the emotion.
Here's what I'm gonna
It's
do.
just like riding the stock market.
I'm
You
gonna-
got to
I'm gonna
remove
go-
the emotion from
Nope,
the trade.
not me. I'm
No,
gonna
you
use,
have
I'm gonna
to.
use
That's
all my
how-
hatred to bet. I'm gonna put
Oh,
Westbrook.
that's not good.
Westbrook under. Kyrie
That's a good
under.
one. All
Grant,
right.
Grant
nah,
Williams
well, Kyrie
under.
under what though?
Just at life.
Yeah, can you bet like how many points are gonna score and shit like
Yeah,
that?
it gives
Like,
you an over-under.
Well, I mean, hey, him and fucking KD banged out. Oh no, him and Luca banged out fucking
Yeah, I
40
know.
points the other night
I
each.
know.
I was like, damn,
I know.
that's kind of crazy.
That's more on Luka than anything else.
Well,
but,
I mean,
but
yeah.
I'm just saying, like, if I use my hate against it, and I can just bet
You
all
could,
the unders.
But from what I understand, and as far as what I know, I'm gonna basically take anything that I've ever learned about betting in the stock market.
I might bet on
Investing in the
wrestling.
stock market, take the emotion out of it. You got to bet on the shit you don't know about because that way you're less emotionally inclined to bet on something that you like or dislike. You just basically take the facts.
This is why I don't bet most of the time. By the
Right.
way.
Emotion plays
Like
massive
when it
fucking
comes
role
to the
in
NFL,
you losing.
I will not bet.
I will.
When it comes to the NBA playoffs, I will not bet.
100%
When it comes to
I'll bet.
anything, where, like you said, like because if you ask me like preseason Broncos 10 and a half wins over under, I'd be like, oh, dunk that over, baby. Slam the over.
Oh, I know you were.
turn the knob up and turn it up and rip the knob off. Like, yeah, that's happening.
Weenie in the butt. Yeah, no,
weenie
you
in
got
the
to
butt.
take the emotion out of betting. Whether it comes to investing or betting, it's basically fucking one and the same. The stock market is legalized federal betting, basically. You can follow a couple pages to see like what big-time politicians like to buy and sell. You probably, it would behoove you to follow that page if you're heavy into betting on the stock market, because those things happen and those things matter. So if you take the emotion out of investing or betting, you do a lot better because you're not biased against whatever
Of
it
course.
is. So
Just like
bet on the shit you don't know about.
It's like arguing with a liberal. All they have is emotion.
Right.
And once you remove the emotion, their arguments just fall apart.
Right, because now lies the facts, which is what you should have went on. But that's what happens when you bet on shit that you don't know about. When you bet on things you don't know about, you take the emotion out of it, and you generally do a lot better. I'm just saying.
Agreed. So I know what you mean, like by betting on hockey, which is why I'm going to bet on the Bruins to not win it all, or not even get there, because I know, but I know
They're
how
so
hockey
fucking good right now, though.
Yeah, but I know how hockey goes. It doesn't matter. The best team in the league almost never wins. It's the goalie that gets hot in June. That's the team that wins.
Pumps out like 30 saves in a game, and you're like, what the
and you're
fuck?
like, who the fuck is this guy?
Couldn't do
and
for
then
us.
and everybody knows puck luck. That's a thing. I mean, I don't know shit about hockey, but I know puck luck, and I know the goalie that gets hot wins, and that's the only two things you need.
Right.
You mean to tell me like the Tampa Bay Lightning are somehow like just light years behind the Bruins right now? Probably not.
No.
Or the Rangers who just traded for Patrick Kane,
Right.
which every Bruins fan I've talked to, except for two, who I know two Bruins fans that are diehard Bruins fans that were legitimately concerned with with the Rangers getting Kane, and B, with the Bruins wearing down as the season went, because they don't think they're that deep of a team, or they are that deep but they're old. They're one of those teams that are like, yeah, as the season progresses, they're gonna start to.
We've been old for a while.
But they're
now,
gonna
though.
grind. But they're gonna grind down, and it's gonna catch up to them.
I like that pasta deal though.
Yeah.
And then every
11 million per year.
every other Bruins fan I talk to, and this is what kind of sold me on the fact that the Bruins aren't going to win it all, is that all the other Bruins fans are like, well, they're deeper than you think they are, or they're better than you think they are, and you got this guy, and like they're almost like trying to convince themselves that they're better than what they are.
Like I said,
and I don't know shit about hockey. I don't know shit about hockey. All I know is I can see records, and I can see the Bruins have the best one. But one thing I know about hockey is that when the playoffs start, that record means absolutely fucking shit.
Right, but you know what does mean is, you know what does mean shit in the postseason is scoring. And the Bruins are the top scoring fucking team.
Right,
I'm almost positive the top scoring team in the NHL.
If you run into that goalie that goes
but when
off,
you're the top scoring team, the other goalie.
I know.
Now you're fighting exactly what you need to be fighting to win.
You get that one guy that stands on his head for 4 or 5 games.
I'm going to fucking take my chance, bro.
I agree.
I'm going to take my chance on the goalie missing with the top scoring team than the top scoring team not being stopped by some random fuck. I mean, I get what you mean.
How much did you put on the Bruins to win the
I
Eastern?
put $50 to make it to the Stanley Cup. I get paid $175 if they make it to the Cup.
So you only get $1.25.
It's not worth it. It's not worth it to me.
I just threw my skin in the game.
I don't think
the fuck
that's
ever.
I mean, but yeah, that's not worth it because to me that's a shitty bet.
No offense.
No,
respectfully.
Yeah, respectfully.
No offense taken, because I literally only bet today because I was trying to learn the app and
I
get
get it.
used to it.
I know what
so
you mean.
I just threw something in on something to make sure that it worked.
We were sitting at lunch and just fucking
Pretty
around.
much. So I threw something on just to make sure everything worked.
To win $1.25.
Guy, you're gonna look. I mean, yeah, of course I could have taken
But again, like the NHL to me, like give me like that. Like what's Tampa Bay? If I put $50 on Tampa Bay to make it to win the East, or the Rangers to win the East. I can't imagine the Rangers are that much worse off than the Bruins right now with the trade. But like, who's like the 7th or 6th seed in the East?
Well, you have to do the little Kevin Malone from The Office. If someone's giving you 10,000 to 1 odds, you take those odds.
Yeah, right. That's what I do with NASCAR, right? Like,
Yeah.
what do I do at Daytona and Talladega and the super speedways? I always take the guys that are plus 3,500 or over. And so far this year, I bet Kyle Busch to win the Daytona 500, which
Yep.
he was leading with 3 laps to go.
Yep.
Okay, and he was my shoe-in bet. He was my favorite bet. My long shot bet was Austin Dillon, who was running second with 3 laps to go. Okay, and then last week I took Kyle Busch to win California, and he won. And this week I took Kyle Larson to win Vegas, and he ended up finishing second, even though he was leading with like 15 laps to go or 20 laps to go. William Byron ended up getting the best of him because he had the best car in the field. And it is what it is. But I was almost 2 for 2 to start I'm 1 for 3 to start the season.
Not bad.
Or 1 for 2 to start the season.
Pretty great.
But the 2 guys that I had winning finished. One guy finished second
Okay.
and was leading. Both guys were leading with less than 20 laps to go. So I'm getting pretty good at this whole NASCAR thing. I'm starting to kind of feel it out in terms of like who's going to win and when and what. And that's why I'm telling you right now, I'm putting Joey Logano's going out plus 800. It's not great, but I like those odds. I like Joey Logano to win this Sunday at Phoenix. He won the last race here.
Listen,
And look, we're gonna do this every week. We're gonna come up every week. We're all gonna have each one of us is going to have our bet of the week.
Okay.
And we're gonna place. It might only be $10 or $20 or whatever it is. We're not losing our shirts over this. Okay. We're not degenerates like Shadis. Could be UFC. Could be PGA.
Wait, listen. If some place on Friday will allow me to bet NASCAR, I have no fucking jacket in the game, coat in the game, whatever you want to say. I will put money on Joey Logano because I was like, Joey told me to do, so I'll do it. I'll throw it on there.
And if you want to go like longer odds and a little bit more bang for your buck,
sure.
I mean, take William Byron. He's like plus 2,000. Or even not William Alex Bowman. He's another one.
Yep.
Like any one of the Hendrick drivers really. Larson, Bowman, Byron, oh my God, what's the other one? Jesus fuck. Larson, Bowman, Byron. Oh, Chase Elliott. No, he's out. Never mind. Forget him. He's got a broken leg. He broke his leg snowboarding last week. He can't race, which is hilarious. But that being said, I'm probably gonna be going heavy, and I'm gonna start looking into I want to get into F1. I want to get into Indy. I want to start betting on racing.
Dude, yeah.
And then when the Kentucky Derby comes up, we're gonna be all in on that shit. I mean, we might have to do a fucking. Oh, it'll be a Saturday though. That sucks. I said we might have to do a live stream. But we're gonna be doing a betting segment every single fucking week.
I'm okay with betting sentiments. Hell yeah.
Yeah, because
It'd be nice if someone gave us a code to sponsor, but that's
yeah. I mean, we could probably talk about
off air.
Anybody wants to give us a sponsorship code?
Oh, I gotta wait. I can't even place a bet right now. I gotta wait.
No, you have to wait till Friday.
I thought you could put futures in though.
No.
Because you could
No,
put
you're
a
not
few, which will
legal.
be
You just-
all you
after.
do is
Yeah, I
join.
thought you could do futures because it would at least get the list up for when they could put it in. All right, so I gotta wait then. Yeah, because I could put on the Lightning. I mean, it depends, dude. There's a few people right now. Like, if you look at going back to hockey real quick for whatever, like you were talking about the Eastern Conference, like in the Eastern Conference to win it, Bruins are plus 250. They're at the top. It goes Bruins, Hurricanes, Maple Leafs, Devils, Lightning, and then Rangers. Those are your top.
Give me the Lightning all day.
I was gonna say
What's the Lightning's odds?
700. That's what I'm gonna bet on now because I'm like, actually, that's a better bet. I get 400 out of 50 if you win.
That's what I'm
that.
saying.
But yeah, because all these other the Penguins, the Panthers, Islanders, Capitals, that's all way the fuck out of. They're not gonna do shit. So. The top one,
Never
2,
underestimate
3,
that puck
4,
luck, baby.
5. Yeah, the top 5 anyway. Lightning is the top 5 as far Rangers.
And
are
here's the thing:
6,
I don't know
so.
shit about hockey. I really don't. I don't know what the fucking lines on the court mean. I don't know. I mean, I know a couple of little
Not a
terms,
court.
and I know a couple of little things. Whatever. I don't give a fuck. I don't watch Canadian soccer. Okay, it's not my thing.
I do in the playoffs.
Right. You know what, Paul? I love that you said that because last year, when the NHL playoffs were going on, I would have 100%. There was multiple opportunities for me when I was downstairs throwing darts by myself, hanging out, playing with the dog, to throw on an NHL playoff game. And the marketing that the NHL did last year for people like me was shit, because I had absolutely no fucking idea where to even find it. I had no idea where to find it.
Right.
I'm like, all right, well, I don't have DirecTV down here. What am I streaming this on?
God damn.
It's taller. I lifted
And
it
everybody and I'm like, I'm looking around, like I can't find it, and I'm like scrolling through like my apps that I have, and I'm like, you know, I'm on the cock, and I'm going through that, and I'm like, ooh, Return of the the Force Awakens, like
Star Wars.
I'll put that on. Fuck it, like you know, I like Kylo Ren. That was a pretty cool one.
Yeah.
You know, or you know, Rogue One's on. Oh yeah, everybody dies in this one. This is fucking great.
Right.
Or I'm like, oh, let me go over to YouTube real quick. Oh my god, look at this. They have seasons 1 through 15 of Red versus Blue. Let me just watch that. You know, and I'm like, and I had no idea where to find the NHL playoffs. And that sucked because I kind of did want to watch it.
Yeah.
But
it
wasn't easily accessible to me. So I didn't even really try to find it. Mm-hmm. You know, in their defense, I didn't go go hard in the paint. Like, I don't think I even Googled like, where do I find the NHL playoffs? Because I really just don't fucking care.
Right.
If it's not right in front of my face,
then fuck it.
I'm probably not going to fucking watch it.
I'm going to scroll through and at least try and check through every channel that I have if the playoffs are on to watch it, but I'm not going much further. I'm not going to like Reddit to go fucking stream NHL streams.
If it's like Rangers Lightning, you know, in the second round of the NHL playoffs, and I can't find it, I'm like, yeah, I'm going to watch the 94 Pepsi 400 instead. Like, I already know who wins and I don't care.
Right.
Like, don't care. I'm watching this, or you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go do something else. Like, just watch literally anything else.
Right.
But you know, so the NHL needs to do a better job of making it more accessible and promoting it, because I don't know where to find it. I still don't know where to find the NHL. All my apps that I scroll through, I don't see NHL anything. And if I do, I breeze right by it.
Right.
So that being said, I think the betting segment though going forward every week, I think this is gonna be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Because we can already say how we did this weekend already.
Yeah, obviously,
I'm broke. I'm out.
We do not guarantee any results on this show.
We do not at all.
Bet at your own risk on everything.
Yeah, the disclaimer that they put up on the app. Yeah, when you check that box, it's on you.
One of us is red hot. I'd be like, listen, I'm red fucking hot. I've been killing it with picks.
I'll let people know if I'm betting on a parlay and I'm fucking killing shit. I'll let people know. Like, hey,
if I win a big on a parlay, you'll never see me again.
Yep.
Facts.
See me on TikTok. I can put my Gucci on.
I know a guy. I'll tell you what, though, a parlay has got to go a long way for you to be able to quit. Because I've seen a dude and he fucking get like, I think it was like college games, college football. He hit like 9 fucking games in a row. He won like 17
and he lost the
grand.
last one, and he went.
No, a guy I work with. A guy I work with. He bet like 9-game parlay or like 10 games or something, and he hit like 17
There
grand.
was someone.
And he's like, yeah, it's a normal week.
On social media, I don't know what platform it was. They had 10 games.
Yep.
They won the first 9. The night game came. They lost by like a penalty at the end of the game, like a free throw shot. And the guy just has like his friends filming him like on the ground crying.
Yeah.
He lost $189,000.
How much did he bet?
Like $15.
Oh man, that's a huge hit, dude. Because I feel like
$15 is nothing, but he's
that
close. Oh, I gotta tell you that.
So I just feel like the closer you are with the least amount of money, it's more painful. You know what I mean? Like, because if all you got is $15 to bet, it's more painful losing the $190,000 than say you're Drake and you're out there betting $1 million on a game and fucking, I was only gonna win $250,000, but I lost. It's like, oh well. You know what I mean? Like, fuck, dude.
At least you're not that guy that bet $1 million to try to win $12,000 and lost it all.
Oh yeah, I know that. I can't. Sometimes I see the returns and I'm like, why the fuck would you make that?
Right.
He thought it was free pizza.
You know why? Because he didn't care about losing $1 million. That's why. And that's the difference between people like that and people like us.
That's a fact.
You would never bet $1,000.
Fuck him.
You would never bet $1,000 to make 12.
No.
Like you're like no. That doesn't even. That's
Not even close.
No, why would I do
wouldn't
that?
bet $50 to make 125. I'm like,
I would have bet $1 million to make 12,000. You're still fucking stupid. You're
That's
an
what I'm saying.
idiot. I don't care how you got your
The
money.
point is right there. Like the guy probably just like whatever. I don't give a
It
shit.
doesn't matter. Whatever.
Pissing away money at that point.
There's a lot better ways to piss away $1 million.
There's a reason why Vegas stays in business.
Dude, I follow so many Vegas guys now on TikTok. The guy's like, listen, I'm just gonna go play the highest possible amount I can play in these machines, and you're gonna watch me lose my money or win some money. And here's what we go. And I'm addicted to watching this guy now. And the guy calls himself like Vegas Matt or something like that. And he's like, look, I can buy a bonus right now for $350. He's like, fuck it. Presses the button, immediately gets the bonus in the machine, and he ended up winning $500. And he goes, I'm walking away because I'm probably gonna lose if I do it again. And that was just
100%.
like, yeah, so I was like, the guy's funny as shit, too.
I was like, when I found the memory of me throwing, like, I think I threw $25 down on a number on 6 black on a roulette wheel on my honeymoon, and I walked off with whatever 25 times 30 fucking 4 or 36 is, whatever it is.
32.
30.
Isn't it 32?
Or 30. I don't know. I forget. Doesn't matter. Whatever 25 times that is. And I walked away, and I was just like, Shut. And you know what I did?
What?
I took the money.
Yeah.
I cashed it in.
Yeah.
36.
And I walked out of the casino.
Yeah. So
What's
I'm saying, bro,
what's
the
25
best.
times 36?
Dude, I went to Encore a little while ago, bro. The best night I ever had. I dropped $25 on roulette. I won 300, and I was like, "Thanks, I'm
900.
drinking for
Yeah,
free."
it was just under a jizzle. I
That's
remember that
nice.
because I remember I walked across the hallway.
A jizzle.
I walked under the. It was a grizzy. I walked across the hallway
a rack.
and I grabbed 2 bottles of Johnny Blue, buy one get one free for $300.
Yeah.
So I got $250 bottles of Johnny Blue. They were like, "Well, we'll give you these when you get off the ship. You know you can't drink them now, right?" I'm like, "Yup, that's why I'm buying them."
Yep.
In fact, and I should have bought 2 more, but whatever.
Yeah, fuck it. Either
'Cause
way,
you know-
that's a good night.
Because you know how much a fucking bottle of Johnny Blue is on the cruise ships now?
Oh,
Like,
to
it's like
buy
reg-
it?
Yeah, it's like regular price, like $250.
Oh, I thought they'd upcharge it. I was gonna say like more like 4 or 5.
Now I got them buy one get one for $300.
That's dope.
$300 for one
Yeah.
bottle, but you got one free. So it was $150 a bottle.
Yeah.
Now
easy.
it's like oh yeah, buy one get one free. It's like $500.
Yeah, that's easy.
I'm like, nope, that's just regular price. So I don't do that. 774-992-8702. We're going to be wrapping it up here. We got about 15 minutes left. 2 things left to get to. 1, we got
Yes.
the top 5 biggest douchebags in sports right now.
Yep.
And 2, we got a motorsports minute.
'Kay.
A little motorsports minute. So let's do a quick motorsports minute. Paul, obviously,
dat?
we had the 3rd NASCAR race of the season this weekend at Las Vegas.
The Vegas, yeah. Same
go
thing as
to-
Cali, right? Same track as California.
Same style of track
Same
as California.
shit, just a clone. Yep.
We had the same style track. Another D Michigan style track.
Yeah.
Great racing though. They do provide great
I was
racing.
gonna say it's kind of a whack track, but they are a little exciting on
It's
for-
not. It's a whack track if you're all about like Daytona and Talladega.
It's speed.
It's a
right,
whack
right.
track,
This
but
is very technical.
There's a much more technical
yeah.
track. It's harder to keep speed, keep tires, and it actually brings the NASCAR element. What I love about
Keep
NASCAR,
tires, Willie T ribs.
yeah, like what I love about NASCAR is it's driver versus driver more than any other motorsport or at least mainstream motorsport, right? Like Formula One, we all know.
Computer versus computer.
We watched the opening race in Bahrain.
Bahrain.
Bahrain
Yep.
on Sunday morning at 10 a.m. on ESPN.
My boy kicked fucking ass.
Max
so I don't care.
Verstappen, he took the lead going into turn. He started on the pole, took the lead into turn 1,
Yeah.
and never even came close
I'm
to
so
relinquishing
happy
it.
I became a Verstappen fan like 2 years before he really started fucking shit up, and now nobody can tell me shit about jumping on the fucking bandwagon with fucking F1.
Nope, because
and
you
being a
did
Verstappen fan.
you did become a Verstappen fan back when Dad was all about
It
the
was like
fucking.
2017.
Dad loved his Mercedes.
Was it 17 or 18?
I believe it was
16,
17.
17, somewhere around there, whatever. I was like, this kid's the
What was
fucking
Maxie
man.
Waxy's-
You want to know why I became a fucking Verstappen fan? It's because I like his fucking name.
But it's a
I like
badass
his name, Max Verstappen. I'm like, oh, that's cool. I'm like, that's a cool
The Flying Dutchman.
Yeah,
Oh,
I like this
yeah.
kid. Yeah, I like this kid. And then my dad hated him because he thought he was an nagging prick. And I'm like, nah, I like him even more because my dad liked Mercedes. And I was like, nah, Honda Red Bull. Fuck yeah, let's go. So now I'm
2015 was his first.
First year, yeah.
Yeah.
I became a Verstappen fan in 16, and I remember
Yeah, you're
just
right.
being like, now I am just what's that word when you're just like you're born into it, you're just like bred, like now, like nobody can tell me fucking different. I'm not a bandwagon jumper.
Silver spoon in your mouth.
No, there's like some kind of thing. Either way,
Cock.
I'm fucking pumped that the kid's doing well. I'm glad Lewis Hamilton and Mercedes are fucking falling off because fuck them.
I don't mind if look. I hope this year doesn't turn into in Formula One. I hope it doesn't turn into what we've seen in the past with Mercedes, where they come out the gate and they dominate the shit out of it. And
You're
everybody's
talking about
just
Honda
chasing
Red Bull now.
I hope I want to see Ferrari. I want to see Mercedes. I want to see Red
Fernando
Bull.
Alonso fucking
I wanna
pumped up,
see-
dude. Aston Martin came up 6-3, bro.
Bro, Fernando Alonso took a podium his first fucking
I
race
know
with,
they got
with Aston
third
Martin.
and sixth, bro. That's fucking huge for
That's
Aston Martin to come
massive,
out and
dude.
do that. Yeah.
For Sean, for you that don't follow Formula One, Formula One is incredibly difficult to compete in. It takes a fuck ton of money,
It looks difficult to compete in.
a fuck ton of money, and you literally have to have a driver who has the reflexes of an F-18 pilot.
Let me explain this to you. I downloaded many years ago now an F1 game. I was so confused just in the options menu. I was like, I don't know what to do.
So you see my
playing
little
this
steering
game.
wheel over here in the
Yes.
corner, right? So when I race F1 cars, all those buttons on my steering wheel
Yeah.
have a function during the race.
Yeah, see, I'd give up.
Okay, and honestly, that wheel doesn't have enough buttons for me to run a proper Formula One race in terms of fuel maps, DRS, all this shit,
I'll take a steam engine.
handling,
At this point.
adjusting the wings. Like, there's so much shit you can do from within the car. The steering wheel in an F1 car costs like $250,000 just by itself.
Yep.
Just by itself, the steering wheel, just the wheel, and that detaches and comes out of the car. So it gives you an idea of how fucking expensive these fucking things
I would
are.
like to trade this wheel for this house.
Pretty much. And that gives you, but my thing with F1 is, again, I hope this doesn't devolve into what we saw with Mercedes for the last decade, because Mercedes won like 7 straight championships or 8 straight championships.
Yeah.
And it was between Nico Rosberg and Lewis Hamilton. It was really fucking annoying. They dominated the shit out of everything. It was like basically you're just waiting every week for like somebody like to hopefully upset one of them. And every once in a while it would happen because it's racing. There are variables, tires go down.
Lots of variables in F1.
People crash. But there's less variables in F1 because you're not really allowed like to touch each other a race. Like if you race somebody too hard, you force somebody off the track, like you can be given a penalty and be forced to give that spot back up.
Okay.
Which is pretty fucking lame in my opinion, but whatever, it is what it is. It's why I've always preferred NASCAR to F1 or even Indy to F1, because Indy cars don't even have that. But Indy cars, F1, you've got 20 teams. So there's 10 different cars on the grid because each team runs 2 cars of the same make.
Mm-hmm.
But each team gets to individually craft those cars.
Okay.
So every car is different. They can have different cowls, different intakes, different aerodynamics, different mechanics,
Canards, diffusers,
different everything. I mean, there's a
fucking-
bajillion things we can go into. When you go to Indy, every chassis, every car is the same. The only thing you're allowed to tune is the motor and the suspension. That's it. And the gearing, like the
F1's
basics.
nutty. You have to keep your fuel at a certain temperature.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can't have your fuel like above or below like a 3-degree.
It gets
Give or
wild.
take
It gets
I got
super
you. I
fucking
got you.
technical.
Because if you super cool your fuel,
Whereas NASCAR,
more power, more performance.
baby, this is a stock car. Ain't nothing stock about a stock car, but this is stock car racing. You want to save fuel? Bitch, back out the throttle and learn how to roll. Like, that's how you got to save fuel. In Formula One, you want to save fuel, or when I'm racing Indy on my simulator, I click over to a fuel map, and I go, boom, boom, boom. Fuel map number 8. When I'm under caution, say like I'm racing Pocono in an Indy car, caution comes out, fuel map number 8. Doesn't let me rev over a certain limit, and I'll get 17, 18 miles to the gallon
Yep.
under caution.
Just keeping it
Whereas
running.
under race conditions, I'll get like 4.5 miles to the gallon.
Yeah.
Dumping fuel.
And then you just, when you get ready to go green, you bang down fuel map number 1, boom, and now you're racing again.
That's your main map.
And that's your main map. So, like, but there's also 6 maps in between those.
Like reserve maps, rain maps. Like there's everything that has
right.
to do.
Don't even get into fucking. Then we're not even getting into racing in the rain.
In the rain or
conditions.
certain temperatures. I mean, barometric pressure, humidity, things like that have
These
to do with how these cars
are
perform.
so finely tuned.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a reason. There's a reason why there's only 10 teams in the paddock. What's what they call it? They call it.
It's a paddock.
It's a paddock. And there's only 20 cars because they're so expensive to run, and they're so dialed in, and the amount of resources it takes to be competitive in this sport is absolutely
insane. Which is why usually Mercedes has the nuts.
But they put a salary cap on it, so to speak.
Right. You
in
can
the last couple of years.
Oh, they went over 7. What was Dad talking about? They went over Red Bull, Honda Red Bull went over their budget by $70,000 on food.
What?
On food
for the
team on food. And Mercedes put in a grievance and bitched about it because they got more food.
Because you know why?
That's a Jordan Belfort thing.
Yes, but you know why? Because when you get to the Mercedes trailer at dinner time, on a Friday night, and the house wine is like $300 a bottle.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I'll have that.
They had more calories than us. That's why they can perform better in the pits, and that's why their pit stops were 0.001%
F1 is
faster.
wild.
I need Jordan Belfort's dad skit to come in here. What the fuck? Do these sides cure cancer? Actually, yes, they do cure cancer. Get the fuck out of here.
I love that scene.
Yeah.
One of the best. But no, I love F1. It's fucking awesome. It's fun because it's you watch F1 and like the technology and the cutting edge technology and the engineering that goes into these cars is fun. I just really, really hope this season doesn't just end up with being a Red Bull runaway. I really want Mercedes.
I don't think it's
Ferrari, Aston Martin. I want to see McLaren.
I think Red Bull will win, but I don't think it's going to be a runaway.
I hope Williams gets in. I want Logan Sargent, the American, the first American in the grid for 10, 12 years.
I like Haas too. I like Haas racing.
Yeah, Haas racing.
Haas racing's cool. Yep.
But Williams is the only one employing an American driver.
Right.
Logan Sargent.
Logan Sargent.
Sargent.
What a solid name.
Sargent.
Unreal
Logan.
name.
And he's the only American driver in the grid, so I'm looking forward to that.
I'm actually a little bummed that Daniel Ricciardo didn't have a ride this year, dude.
He's a reserve driver.
I can't believe he's not up. I mean, he was one of the most popular drivers the past 3 years.
But he flaked out like 2 years ago.
He kind of sucks, dog.
He does.
He's soft.
Well,
he's soft.
He is.
He's just soft. He's not a hardcore. I mean, you get guys up there I'm not talking about your bullshit guys like your Sonoda, like whatever, but I'm saying your Charles Leclerc, Charles Leclerc. Yep, I like Fernando Alonso. I like Carlos Sainz. I like fucking Lance Stroll, even though he's kind of a douchebag and a daddy's boy. Lance Stroll, fuck him, but he's not bad. I mean, Pierre Gasly's all right. There is a lot of competition right now. And I think even Alexander Albon, dude, I didn't know that Sargent was Williams, bro.
Yeah, Sargent's
I didn't know
Williams,
Alexander Albon was on Williams. That's pretty fucking dope, honestly.
Those Williams cars are fucking crisp this year.
Yeah, dude. I think that there's a lot of competition in F1 right now, but I do think that Verstappen is now starting to be seasoned.
He's the next coming of Lewis Hamilton.
He's the next. I hate to say it because fuck Lewis Hamilton. Sir Lewis Hamilton, fuck that guy. I hate Lewis Hamilton. I think he's a fucking douchebag loser. But he's 1.7. You know what I mean? He's nasty as fuck. But I think we're gonna see something in Verstappen in the next couple of years. He's at least gonna win the next 3 out of 4 anyway, not including last year. I'm talking about this year to 4 years from now. So he's going to get 4 out of 5.
I agree. I think he's the best driver in the field.
Verstappen.
Yes.
Right now.
Yeah, I think right now he's the best driver in the field.
A little immature still. He's still got a little immaturity.
But that's kind of why I like long term. I like him because he's got a lot of maturing to do.
But he's still a young gun.
But
is what I
that's-
like.
yes.
He's got that.
He's got
I'm
that Brett.
seasoned,
He's
but
got that Brett Favre.
yeah,
I just won the Super Bowl in '96. There's no throw I can't make.
right.
Kinda mentality.
I'm gonna shoot the gap, dog.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Oh wait, don't wow, fuck. What's the Days of Thunder? Dropping the hammer. No, you're not. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like, yeah, I am, and it works. So you know.
Or he's gonna become the guy that's gonna be like, I'm gonna pull this rookie's chain. You know.
Yeah.
But
Russ Wheeler.
I like Max. I like Sainz. I like that Red Bull team. I like Leclerc. I like the Ferrari guys.
Sergio Perez.
And Leclerc.
Well, Leclerc's Ferrari, but Sainz is not for Red Bull. Oh, no, I was saying.
Perez. I'm sorry.
Sergio Perez.
Sorry,
is,
Sergio Perez. My fault.
Yeah,
But
whatever.
those are the guys. I like those teams. I just want to see. I want to see a competitive end to the season. Like I want to see what we saw 2 years ago when Verstappen had to pass Hamilton with 1 lap to go
Right.
in
That was
Abu
last year,
Dhabi
wasn't it?
2 years ago.
Was it now?
Yeah, because Verstappen ran away with last year.
Shit. No, I thought last year was
No,
the,
last
was
year
the
he
year they
ran away
got
with it.
docked a second or two. Mercedes did. There was
No,
last year Mercedes
last
got
year-
docked. Remember,
no.
Toto Wolff was all fucking pissed off and everything.
Yeah, but last year Verstappen won the championship by like Hungary.
Oh,
in
you're
September.
Right. Yeah, and the
It was the year-
constructors.
it was the
Yeah,
year
it was
before
before
that.
it was down.
When it came down to Abu
Jesus,
Dhabi,
dude, the fucking
and
time flies.
on the last lap, remember when they let all the lap cars through?
Yes,
And they were supposed to wait for them to catch the field, and they didn't.
They didn't. Yep.
And
that's why Toto Wolff was fucking bullshit.
and Mercedes was bullshit about it. So that's why you had that. That was fun because that literally the Mercedes season the Formula One season basically came down to the last lap of the last race.
You told me this, yeah.
And it was Max Verstappen and Lewis Hamilton, Mercedes and Red Bull, and Max Verstappen was in second, Lewis Hamilton was in first. Lewis Hamilton wins the race, he wins the championship. Verstappen wins the race, he wins the championship. And it came down to a basically 1 lap shootout.
Every time you say Lewis Hamilton, I think of George Hamilton. I can't help it. Every single time.
Whatever, same difference.
So
The former president.
me and Dad were looking up the other day, right, about Vegas. So F1, if you don't know, F1 is coming to Vegas for the first time this year ever.
When?
They are doing the race
May?
on
October,
July?
right?
Thursday, Friday, Saturday, 3 days. It is in November.
November.
God
6th
damn.
November 16th to the 18th in November. Do you know that the grandstands are already sold out?
Wow.
Yeah.
You cannot buy tickets unless you wanted to go to the hospitality section, which is VIP basically.
Yeah.
Do you know what the tickets start at for
$3,000 per.
Well, what do you think?
Probably what, 9,500?
A little less.
Yeah, 75.
$7,800
Damn, wasn't even the ballpark.
for one fucking ticket to go to basically you get the upper deck like mezzanine like dope ass
Yeah.
spa on whatever stretch you get. Let's see the amenities. You get outdoor access, terrace viewing, air conditioning inside and outside. I mean, inside the suite, TV screen, a suite host. Very nice. You get a host. Exclusive lounge access with fan festival atmosphere, premium catering, sparkling premium wines, cocktail spirits, and soft drinks, whatever the fuck he has, and lift access. So
Yeah,
basically,
that's all included. I mean, basically saying booze included.
booze included.
So
No
if I-
food?
You're all that. You're getting basically a hotel suite on the track. But I'm like wondering, like, where is it? Like, could I just go get a hotel room at the Cosmo?
And like watch the whole
No,
thing.
I don't think so.
Cosmo's got a balcony. So the Cosmo's the only hotel, for if anybody doesn't know, that has a balcony on the strip.
Good luck getting that though,
That's what I'm saying.
because all the big players.
You know
in
what?
Vegas already
Cosmo's
know.
gonna jack them.
Yeah.
Oh, you want $7,800 for that? Yeah, well, we're
$7,500 though for basically all
78.
$7,800 for all inclusive for 3 days.
3 days.
That
3
actually isn't terribly bad.
No, I could be a lot worse.
Probably going to Coda instead, to be honest.
Coda is sick.
I'd probably rather go to Coda. But racing through the streets of Vegas, you're talking a track on the streets.
Yeah,
There's no track in Vegas. There is, but it's in NASCAR, and they're not even touching that.
no.
They're not even going.
No,
near
this is a street course.
You're talking about
This is a
ripping
full-blown street
down
course.
Tropicana Ave. Like,
Yeah.
You're fucking flying. Las Vegas Boulevard shit.
Yes.
like banging.
It's gonna be sick.
I would love to go.
It's gonna be ill.
We should go one of these years because this is obviously a new circuit. Miami's a steady now.
Well, you know what we'll do?
They got 3 races now in America.
If they go back to Vegas next year, you know what we'll do is we'll
start a little penny fund.
we'll get press passes for row 1, seat 1.
Fuck yeah. Fuck
And then we'll
get
write,
the lanyards. We'll make them ourselves. Be like, yo, bro, I'm pressed. And they'll be like, oh, shit, no doubt.
and I'll be like, I demand access to Max Verstappen right fucking now. Do you know who the fuck I am? They'll be like, no. And I'll be like, I'm fucking Joey Fats. And they're going to be like,
Oh.
who?
Verstappen's walking down. He's in his driver's suit. Joey just comes up and just cups him in the balls. Oh, yeah, that's nice. Yeah, that's nice. It feels good right there. All right, all right, all right.
I'll be like, oh,
Gotta test your manhood, bro.
I forgot you guys were the size of jockeys.
Yeah, he's got to cup your balls real quick. All right, you might win. Like 6 people try and tackle Joe.
Cup your balls real quick.
Joe they all forget they're like Frenchmen. Joe's just like, who are these fleas? on
Like, why are these annoyances clinging to me? Go away.
Why are you cupping Max Verstappen's balls? Because I can.
Because look at him.
Yeah,
He's tiny.
feel the heat off them things. He's gonna win.
Listen, look at. I've
Do you
touched them.
feel the heat off them
I've touched
things?
them. They are made of solid brass. Okay.
Yes, you feel the heat off them bad boys.
Them things.
Them things. Them things be swang.
We're gonna make that a T-shirt.
Heat off them
Two
things.
nutsacks with like a Red Bull full whatever. Them things.
Them
all right?
things.
I can put it together.
Yo, www.row1seat1merch.com.
Them
No, this is
things.
not a thing. I'm kidding. It will be, but
It will be.
It could be. We'll figure it out.
will be.
Not yet. Don't go to
All
it
right,
yet.
let's cap it there. We'll do the top 5 biggest douchebags in sports next week
Okay.
because we didn't even get to the Russell Wilson video. Of
I got
Russell
7.
Wilson.
Russell Wilson? No.
Well, I mean Russell Westbrook. Sorry,
Westbrook? Yeah.
sorry.
Westbrook? I can't.
I still
speak
got
English.
Brick.
Russell Westbrook. He got 2 fans thrown out.
Yep.
Of a game. As a
Always,
Clipper.
always.
This is what.
The
We'll play the
17th time he's done that.
Yeah, but it's what his 6th game as a Clipper, and he's already getting people booted
He's
out.
just a
I mean,
bitch.
Look at this shit.
Other fans come over and they're
And they're
like,
like-
they didn't say anything, and the security guard didn't remove them. He's just like, hey, relax, like.
Yeah, and he's like, you go. He is such a fucking bitch. He's like, what, 6 games into being a Clipper,
He's such
and
a
he's
fucking
already getting
loser.
He,
With his stupid fucking fashion and his bullshit, he fucking pisses me off,
All right.
dude.
Just real quick, top 3 biggest douchebags in sports.
I got
Well,
it easy.
Westbrook's one of them.
Russell Westbrook.
John Morant.
John Morant is definitely taking.
Not my top 3.
Yeah, he's pretty much a fucking D-bag, I would say. Yeah,
I'm gonna go John Morant, and I will go Bubba Wallace because he tried to kill NASCAR.
Definitely Bubba Wallace with his whole bullshit.
I can do my top 4
Go.
in order: Kyrie, James Harden. Fuck you. Westbrook number 3, Kyler Murray number 4.
Kyler
Kyler
Murray.
Murray
I kind
is
of forgot
kind of a
about Kyler Murray.
douche.
He is a douchebag.
Yeah, that's a fact, dude.
Yeah, he's more.
Easy top
He's
4.
more concerned with
5.
Call
I'll say John Morant now.
He's more. Kyler Murray's more concerned with
I
Call
say
of
at
Duty
least
than
top 5
Paxton
of my-
Lynch was with Fortnite.
Cristiano Ronaldo.
Okay.
Definitely.
I
a
don't watch
fucking
soccer though, so I don't
douchebag.
care.
Have you ever seen the videos of him like fucking pushing off fans and being
Yeah,
a
yeah,
fucking
yeah.
dick? Like fuck you.
What
dude.
about the guy recently?
Lionel
I saw the
Messi
video.
walks up and like hugs dudes who
Yeah.
are trying to take his picture and like
Yeah,
sign
that's right.
shit.
I remember you said that you showed me this like last.
Yeah, I
like,
showed you.
Someone
like,
last week. Someone last week. He was walking. I don't watch soccer, but Ronaldo was walking off the field, and some young kid yelled out, "I like Lionel Messi better," and then he said, "Go fucking watch him then."
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
a fucking punk. He thinks he's fucking something, bro. It's like, dude, you're a fucking you run you don't run at all, barely. You kick a fucking ball into a 2-car garage for 90 fucking minutes. Like, relax, bro. Relax. You're lucky there's hella fucking simp women out there that just think that you're attractive and you have like the most followers on Instagram.
And
like,
simp Portuguese men.
yeah, and them too. Yeah.
That's
They-
even worse.
They are really bad.
Like Leo Messi looks like a fucking god amongst like a fucking peasant compared to like personality and just basic like being a human.
Yeah, Messi is
compared to
Messi's
fucking,
Messi's a man of the people.
yeah. He's the man, and he always has been. I've always liked Messi anyway, but Cristiano Ronaldo is definitely up there for top 5 biggest douchebags in sports for me.
I'm still gonna go with Westbrook number 1 just because he actively tries to get fans who paid good money for their seats
with that. He's
kicked
a
out of their
douche.
seats.
Yep.
And because all he has to do is say they said something racist to me.
Yep.
And be like, what'd they say? And everybody around us would be like, no, they didn't. And they're going to security's be like, he says you got to go, you got to go.
Yep.
Like, he's that asshole. Like, he is that insecure and that much of a dickbag. It's like, listen, Ducky, okay, go play with the 3 horns and the long necks. No one wants to fucking talk to you anymore.
Right.
Okay?
You fucking journeyman.
What's the Clippers record since you got there? Fucking 1-5.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here.
Your career was elevated by Durant and OKC for the first
You're
how
a
many
cancer.
years. Fuck you.
See you later. All right, let's end it there, boys. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. Row 1, Seat 1, Joey Fats Radio. Thank you to New Bedford Guide for letting us do this. We'll be back next Tuesday night, 8:30 p.m. right here. Same
Let's
spot,
do it.
same place. Please give us a like and a follow on Row 1, Seat 1 if you haven't on our Facebook page. We'll be going live on YouTube and Twitch within the next couple of weeks. I've already got that. I got everything pretty much set up, ready to go. Just going to run a couple test broadcasts to make sure everything works. And we'll be live on those 2 platforms as well. So give us a like and a follow. Until next week, we appreciate y'all, and we'll catch you next Tuesday. Hopefully, we'll see where do you think Aaron Rodgers? When do you think we're getting the Aaron Rodgers news? Next, I'm gonna say within the next
2 weeks.
I'm gonna say within the next
4 days.
36 hours.
Ooh,
Yeah, 40. Okay.
I'm thinking a week or 2.
And I think he says, I'm staying.
I think we're going 36 hours, and I think he's going to the San Francisco 49ers.
Niners. That's my pick.
We were dead ass right on Carr.
I'm saying he's staying with Green Bay.
I think he's out.
I don't think he is. This feels so different than last year when he stayed with Green Bay. I think he's out. I think the Niners make the most sense for him. I think the Niners make the most sense for them. I don't see how the Jets, even though I heard one pundit today say that if Aaron Rodgers goes to the Jets, they are the immediate Super Bowl favorites.
Crazy.
I laughed out loud.
Who is that?
I'm like,
idiot.
I'm like,
I don't even know.
right? I'm like, you mean Aaron Rodgers couldn't get through an NFC Championship game 5 times in Green Bay? What makes it easy to do with the Jets? But anyway, we'll talk about that next week. So, Joey Fast Radio, Row 1, Seat 1. We'll be back next Tuesday night, 8:30 p.m. right here on the one, the only, the New Bedford Guide. Thank you all for joining us. We'll talk to you next week. Peace.
Adios.